This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Geek Speak, the definitive 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 365 Flex podcast. This is episode 123.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Yep. I am the pissy ex-video store clerk, and the man next to me is...
I am the Scottish Whedon whore.
Yes, you are the Scottish Whedon whore. 123 episodes.
Aye.
Did you think we'd ever make it here?
Well, given this year, no.
Yeah, this year was... You know what, actually, speaking of that, because obviously the reason that we kind of got burnt out was because I had that fantastic, amazing, awesome idea of doing the Road to Infinity Wars.
Yeah, it was your fault.
It was my fault. And today, you know how you get those memories on Facebook that pop up and say, oh, this time last year, it was a picture of the Road to Infinity Wars, like the original thing that popped up for me to go, oh, that would be a good idea. And I saw it and I was like, best laid plans.
Yeah, and you started off with all the good intentions, because you said, you know what we'll do? We'll get a bunch of them recorded over Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
So we've got loads of them just like ready to go out.
Yeah. And we can just go ping, 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 ping. Didn't work out that way, did it?
No.
Did we? We didn't actually finish that, did we? No.
No, we got, well, Toby did Ragnarok for us.
Toby did Ragnarok for us, and then
that's
that
as
was
far
it.
as we got.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, no, Ragnarok is the movie before. We must have missed a couple.
Yeah.
I'll go back and I'll check and I'll see. We may even do it again next year.
No, go fuck yourself. Veto.
You know, for the run-up to Avengers Part 4. Or shall we call it the retconning of the MCU?
We shall not.
Why not?
And shut your face.
Oh man. We are back, episode 123, and we have got a chock-a-block episode. Is it chock-a-block?
It is.
Is it chock-a-block?
Sure it is.
Are the listeners going to enjoy this one?
No.
Will they love it?
No.
Will they get our podcasty creamy goodness all over their face, neck and chest?
You've taken that too far.
I've taken it way too far, I'm sorry. But that's just me. You know, I'm all about that kind of thing. Taking things too far.
I know, I've shared a hotel room with you. What?
Yeah, you have many a time. Maybe.
Is it bad that when I start listening to Hobie now,
Yeah.
as soon when he does that, maybe, I actually do that, maybe?
Yeah, you have to. It's like part and parcel of their podcast now. I assume all of their listeners do it.
I used to have a little sing song of the theme tune.
Yeah.
I like their theme tune.
I do like that theme tune.
Best part of the show.
Yeah. Only good part of the
apart
show.
from the end credits.
Oh yeah, Scarlet. Yep.
But yeah, now it's every single week. It's maybe,
and then in a couple of weeks' time, as the new year kicks into gear, we'll start hearing, "Hey Jeff, what are you doing this September?"
Well, they've started that shit already.
Have they started already? Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. Personally, I love it. I love the fact that those guys do that. But, you know, try and make it sound a little bit more just realistic and you know, because it's just like, hey, Jeff, like they're reading off an autoprompter. And the only reason I'm letting this little segment go on is because you pointed out that those boys think I'm having a bit of a hard time right now.
Well, you are.
Well, excuse me. Okay? Like, whatever. I'm not happy about this. It really peeved me off. And
Why?
I thought, right, I'm going to have a listen to that episode. And then, you know what? I got like 5 seconds and I was like, nah, fuck them. I'm not giving them my download. You're not getting my download, Hobie. So, what do we have coming up, Chris?
Well, we are going to be doing something a little bit different.
Yep. Which is?
Because we are going to be talking about an independent movie that we have both been sent. We saw the intro and trailer for it at MCM London.
Yeah, back in July.
Was it?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
The movie is Nightshooters.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to talk about it because it's right proper cool.
Yeah, I this one surprised me. Yeah, it really did. Like, I knew, like, from the trailer we saw was a bit of a rough cut, and we did get told that afterwards, that, you know, it is a bit rough, but essentially it is what it's meant to be, you know? And so I was a little bit like, okay, like, I'm in. We saw some good stuff in the trailer, some funny stuff in the trailer, so we were kind of hooked already. But this, man, it kind of took me aback, but
yeah,
I won't lie.
But we'll get there.
We will.
We're going to be talking our usual news, what we've been watching, just the pilot, and ting. And then
ting. Because man say him a ting, then him a ting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know what you meant, but there you go. And then we've got a nice cheeky top 5 tonight. It is the top 5 sequels of a franchise, but no trilogies.
So not necessarily the second movie.
Nope.
It could be the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, or in the case of James Bond, the 21st. Would you count James Bond? Because they're kind of standalone
James Bond
movies.
Is a franchise.
Yeah, but they're sort of standalone.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of movies in a franchise are. They're standalone movies.
Yeah, I suppose.
Just with returning cast.
But until sort of the era of I suppose Brosnan as well. Brosnan like had interconnecting sort of, didn't he? Like a little bit, not much, but a little bit.
Not really. He had
But
the returning characters like M and Q.
Mm-hmm. But it's more like the Daniel Craig era is like a continuous thing.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, it does. It certainly does.
So there you go. So that's
what you get when you have Sam Smith doing your theme song.
Yeah.
Go and write another song on a napkin, please.
Twat.
Yeah, that's what we think of you.
Anyway.
Yeah, carry on. What else are we doing? That's about it, isn't it?
That's about it.
Yeah. So would you like to do the newfangled pimpage?
I will try.
Is this going to mess you up?
Oh, yeah, completely.
I think you'll be fine.
I'm already a piping hot mess.
I think you'll be fine.
See, people are expecting something completely new. It's just worded slightly differently.
Pretty much. Yeah. We just chopped the Deadwood Wicked Radio.
Can I get a bass?
Get a bass. I can do the drums.
You've got drums there, but
I can do the drums.
Yeah, do they actually work, or?
Ruby says they work. I've not personally used them yet.
You can beatbox, right? Beatbox for me.
Okay.
That sounds like a fucking keyboard.
Okay. Beatbox. Is that?
That's rubbish. I'll just do it normally. Well, yeah. Okay.
Would you like me to do like a drum roll on the table? That'll sound great coming through the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you like a.
All right.
Go for it.
Fuck me.
This is good. This is gold.
It's really not. Okay, look for the 365 Flex podcast.
Okay, carry on.
Now you're going to do that the whole way through to derail me, aren't you?
No, I promise I won't.
Fuckstick.
No?
Should get some of Hobie's porn music.
I should. Oh, yeah. It actually, you know what it is though? The porn music that they use is alright when Blake's talking, because Blake's like not creepy, but then Jason comes in with his like, all over my face.
And he does his.
Yeah.
Go!
Yeah, crack on.
Anyway, we are on the Twitters and the Facebooks. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and like again and all those awesome things. Get involved with us. We put stuff on the Facebooks all the time. Well, Kev does.
And the Instagrams. People are
I refuse to talk about that.
People are loving the Instagrams.
Are they?
They are.
Right.
We're getting some okay stuff on the grams.
I'm not putting that on my pub page.
Okay. You don't have to. You don't
Fuck
have
that.
to. I mean, it's your prerogative.
I refuse.
Go for it.
We're on iTunes.
Yay!
look for the 365 Flick podcast, and again, subscribe to us, and you'll get all of the new episodes as they come out. We're getting better. We're getting better. This is like week 2.
Yeah.
Since the last one, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you leave us a cheeky 5-star review, we will send you our gratitude,
Our thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, we can't guarantee anything like monetary wise or anything, but our thoughts are good enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Spotify, we're on Spotify as well. Subscribe to us on the Spotify's. Just the same as the iTunes. Can you leave reviews on Spotify?
I have no idea, but you can get your top 100 listened to songs of 2018.
Yeah, see, I've only just joined Spotify, so...
Yeah. So that mine came back, it was just Eminem.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Eminem and the 365 Flux
At
podcast.
least I've got a bit of an eclectic taste.
Is that what we're calling it now? That's what we're calling it
Well,
now.
that's what it is, Kev.
I honestly feel like when we come to do the New Year's episode, it should just be like us two talking with your playlist in the background on Spotify,
Fine.
so that people can get a real gist of what you actually listen to.
Well, we can't let anybody listen to what you listen to because it's a dose of angry, hateful shit.
I'll give you that.
So there you go.
I'll give you that, but it's better than "Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block." That was the best one. That was the best one.
One song.
Yeah, but there was a few other J-Lo classics in there as well.
There's one other deal. And go fuck yourself.
Okay, carry on with the pimpage.
Right, so we are on Danger Entertainment.
Yeah, this is the new one for us.
Yeah.
You will hear the bumper at the very start. They were reaching out to some people that were friends of podcasts that they have on their network and stuff like that. They're going through a little bit of a revamp, so they want some actual good podcasts on there. So Hobie's gone. So they were reaching out. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I thought we were actually on that network. I'm not going to lie. Which is why I commented on Twitter saying, "Yay, we're on Danger, aren't we? Maybe." Like, I was convinced that we were on there, but apparently we weren't. Michael Leal has taken us on, and yeah, we're on there now, and we're hopefully going to be joined. I don't want to speak too soon, but we're hopefully going to be joined by the boys at Weird Science as well. I reached out to those boys. I says, you need to get yourselves on because this is going to be an awesome network and Weird Science are awesome. So hopefully they'll be joining us. But on there, you get Who the What Now, you get the Pittsburgh Nerd, you get Salty Language. These are all podcasts, by the way.
I know.
So I'm not just throwing out random titles of
I'm aware.
of like 18th century books. Like, this is actual like podcasts. The Danger
What the
Club.
fuck kind of 18th century books would be bloody Pittsburgh Nerd?
I don't know. I'm sure Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks are on there as well. It's all people you've heard us talking about over the past 3-4 years, because these are all guys that we love, and it's a big cross-promotion thing, and everybody is going to be cool in the gang.
Sweet.
So there.
Yeah. Speaking of gangs and shit.
Gangs
I
New
don't know
York.
what happened. Yeah. Ooh. We're on the Tangent Bound Network.
We certainly
Run by
are.
the awesome Mark Bogner.
Mark
Weeby
Bogner.
Geeks.
Weeby Geeks.
Our British home, nerdly.co.uk.
Nerdly.
And hashtag BritPodScene on the Twatters.
Yay! You'll notice we dropped Wicked Radio.
Well, Dave just can't be arsed.
Couple of things.
Go on then.
We have a couple of things. One of these things I'm going to be doing well off the cuff because I got an email today. But first of all, the Stairs episodes for the Indie Talks, they are well underway.
Yes, they are.
We have interviewed Elena Wallace, who is playing Haley Nolan. It's going to have to be some cheeky editing done on that episode because it is pronounced Elena, and we did keep calling her Alana.
Yeah.
But bless her, she didn't pull us up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did think that after.
Yeah, but she didn't pull us up, so we'll just pretend that didn't happen.
She probably gets all the time anyway.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
She's a Geordie lass, so she probably does. Yeah. We had our cheeky little interview with her. That was awesome. The star of the movie, well, one of the stars of the movie, Sam Schnitzler, not Schnitzler, Sam Schnitzler, she has already done her little talk with us, which ended up being a good 6 hours long.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a really good one. I enjoyed a lot, speaking of Sam. So the Stairs episode, which we've been promising since August, which is pretty much
Yeah.
It's in keeping with our form. Yeah. Those episodes, because there's probably going to be 10 of them, those episodes are on the way, and we will be getting more and more done. We want to pimp Stairs as much as humanly possible, because personally, from my point of view, I don't know about yourself, I'll let you talk for yourself, but I personally think Stairs is going to be a huge movie in 2019. And
oh, bloody right it is.
I think there's going to be a few people coming out of that movie that they're going places. Let's just say that. Like, there's Tom himself is definitely on the rise. He's been on the rise for a few years now. Sam just looks incredible in the movie. This movie's going to break a lot of careers in a good way, not a bad way. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Fucking hell.
We also got a little bit of confirmation from Sam on our little interview that you'll be hearing shortly. We also got a little bit of confirmation on the Black Site animation. So it sounds like there's a little bit of footage being put together. Because I know that
well, it's Tom, so it's going to move quickly.
Oh yeah, well, the trailer we got to see was like a concept trailer, like of what they think they want it to look like. It's a bit of Tokyo Ghoul in there, a little bit of Castlevania and things like that. Just those kind of manga, kind of anime shows. But it sounded to me like Sam's maybe seen something that's been put together on the sly, which sounds awesome. It does sound awesome.
It's very, very interesting.
Yeah. Nathan Von Minden. We had him on as a guest a short while back to talk about a movie that at the time was called Angry Men. That movie has undergone a name change. The production studio that are going to be putting it out for him have decided that they want to call it the
Challenger Disaster.
The Challenger Disaster. Well done. Did you get my email?
I did, yeah.
Excellent.
I've not watched it yet. I've not had time to watch it yet, but yeah.
We've been sent a sneaky little screener of the movie. I'm definitely can't wait to sit down and actually watch that. I'm waiting until my head's in the right space for that one, because I think it's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of Dean Cain. I can't wait to see Dean Cain and Aaron. Aaron from 24.
Oh yeah,
Glenn Morshower was up in there as well. Really looking forward to seeing that. That movie, I think, is actually being released in January.
Damn.
So Angry Men, we were talking about it not that long ago. We had him on the show to talk. I think he's wanting to come back on for when the movie's coming out. Yeah. I'll definitely have him on.
He's a good guy.
But there's another movie that we had people talk about on our show and is actually coming out.
Go on then.
What?
Oh, I thought you meant another one.
That is that one,
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant another one.
That wasn't a pause for effect. That was just like a full stop. But yeah, I will definitely be watching that very shortly, and we'll do a review. Maybe that could be one of our featured reviews, as we said. That's a new segment coming up. Yes, I am re-recording this because we were asked to promote a little short movie that's coming out very soon. And, well, during the initial recording with me and Chris, I kind of fluffed it because, well, let's be honest, I'd had a drink, as you will hear from the rest of this episode. But we were contacted by a good friend of the show, Mikhail, who worked on Stairs with Tom Payton, and he also worked on Black Site with Tom Payton as well. Really, really cool guy, really looked after us on set. One of the nicest guys that you could possibly meet in this industry. Well, he got in touch with us because he has a short movie coming out on Monday, which is the 10th. Monday, the 10th of December. It's a short movie, but it really seems to me that this is going to be super powerful. I get the feeling that with today's current climate, with the Me Too movement, #MeToo movement and everything, and what we're finding out, what's going on behind the scenes, this seems to be quite an important movie that we need to be seeing. So I said, of course, Mikhail, I will pimp anything you want me to pimp, because this really does seem... Mikhail is going to be coming on for a Stairs episode very soon. We're going to be talking a little bit about his career as well, because he is no small fish. He's had a very varied career, and I look at some of his projects and I'm like, yep, we are definitely going to be talking about these. But this project, it's a short movie. It's 8 to 10 minutes long. The movie is called Hail Maria, and it stars Lauren Ashley Carter from films like The Imitation Girl, The Woman, Jugface, and I'm pretty sure Premium Rush, which, if I'm right in thinking, that's a Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie. The one on the bike with Michael Shannon in it. Michael Shannon was good. Yeah, that film was alright. It was alright. Hey, Hail Maria. It's the story of the death of Harriet Westbrook, really. The first wife of Percy Shelley, who Percy Shelley was the poet, the Romanticist poet, who would then go on to marry. In fact, according to this, 20 days later, he would then go on to marry Mary Shelley, who we all know Mary Shelley is the author of Frankenstein. The movie is to commemorate the 202nd anniversary of Westbrook's death. Only 20 days later, Percy Shelley would marry then, well, soon to be famous Mary Goodwin, Mary Shelley, who everybody knows. So a little bit of a synopsis. So Hail Maria tells the story of a mysterious cam girl. So it's set present day. It's not back then or anything like that. It's set present day. So a mysterious cam girl and sex worker who recounts the story of Harriet Westbrook, the lesser-known first wife of renowned Romanticist poet Percy Shelley. He does have a middle name, but I am not going to be able to pronounce that. Comprising of a single monologue, the script was constructed around quotes and dialogue taken verbatim from sex workers living and working around the world who've publicly shared their experiences. Now, Mikhail did share with me that this movie was written, he had a period of time where he was out on his travels, and when he came back to his hometown, which I believe was Bournemouth, I might be wrong there, he's going to shoot me in the foot if I'm wrong, when he came back, there was a bit of a growing problem with sort of prostitution and working girls in his area, so it kind of spurred him on to write this story, and he has written and directed it himself. So, and obviously the Mary Shelley, the estate and all that kind of thing are in Bournemouth. That could be where I'm getting it from. I'll figure out where he's from. I hope it is that, because I'm going to look really stupid. So it seeks to share the lesser-known but tragic story of Harriet Westbrook in an effort to shed the light on what is potentially a different side to the highly adored romanticist Percy Shelley than what is publicly known, because obviously everybody loves him. And so, yeah, we want people to get into this. Is obviously one of the things that really grabbed me was that they have a cheeky little quote from Gabrielle Union, who is a fantastic actress. She was in the movie Breaking In not that long ago. She is a great actress, and I do know from what I've read in the media and everything, stuff like that, that she had a bit of a hard time of it a little while back. So obviously this is something that speaks to her as well. And she gave a cheeky little quote. I'm just looking for it there. So this is the oldest crime since the dawn of time, and we're just now lifting the veil of secrecy and humiliation and shame. The understanding that it is so widespread and can happen to the most perfect or wealthiest or most pious or whateverest among us is hard to let that sink in, and then it's terrifying once you get in. She knows a little bit about this. I'm not going to go into that whole story or anything like that. I just remember reading about it and being bloody gutted for the woman. And she's bounced back though. She's coming back. She has got a fantastic career ahead of her, and I loved Breaking In. So, but that's neither here nor there. That's just because she's put that forward and she kind of knows. So the short film premiere on Vimeo at 6 p.m. on the 10th of December. It will be all over our Facebook. It will be all over our Twitter. I will put links wherever I can. Like I say, Mikhail is going to be coming on. This seems like an extremely important movie. It's only 8 to 10 minutes. So let's be honest, you have the time to sit down and watch this. And I feel it's going to be one that is going to be remembered. I get the feeling there's going to be some visceral sort of stuff in there. This monologue's going to really kind of hit home, and I think people out there are going to be, they need to see it. So with that, one more thing before I go. Mikhail, we can't wait to have you on. I told you I'd do this, and hopefully this has been great, and hopefully it gets people interested. But one more thing before I go. In the news, which will be coming up now in a minute, you will hear us talking about Kevin Hart getting the job hosting the Oscars. It just came out today that Kevin Hart is not hosting the Oscars anymore. Yay! Boo! Yay! It's good for me because I don't really want Kevin Hart hosting the Oscars, to be honest. But I also feel a bit sorry for the guy because it's another James Gunn situation. He's been given the job. Somebody's been trolling through his Twitter. They found some tweets from about 7 or 8 years ago that he's already apologised for many, many times, and they've dragged them up, and the Oscars basically turned around and said apologise for the tweets or you're done. And so he didn't want to apologise. He went out on Instagram. He said he's not going to. He already has done many times. He doesn't need to justify himself on that fact anymore. And so he decided that he wasn't going to do the Oscars anyway. And then subsequently he has apologised, which I suppose in this day and age you kind of have to. I mean, you're about to hear a couple of little rants from me in the news section. I'm so sober right now, that's great. And yeah, so let's just get on with the show. I just wanted to jump in and do this little bit of pimpage for Mikhail because I think this movie's going to be great. He has sent me the screener link for it, so I'm definitely going to be giving it a watch. Chris will as well, and we will be bringing you a little report on the movie. And like I say, Mikhail will be coming on shortly. Don't know when because it's going to be part of the Stairs extravaganza, but yeah, he will be coming on, and I can't wait to speak to him because he's one of the coolest dudes ever. So, on with the show. But yeah, so that's some of the stuff that's going on. We're really excited for all of these things, and I guess that's all I've got for pimpage. So what do you want to do now?
Right, well, before we get onto Nightshooters,
okay,
you've just been doing some housekeeping. So we have the results of the first ever 365.
Oh, I love how you blow the phone there.
I had hairs on my phone.
All right.
The first ever movie fights.
Oh, right.
The first ever 365 movie fights. So let's see here. So as we know, we did something different on the last episode. It was the top 5. So it was your top 5 fighty guys versus my top 5 fighty guys, and both of our picks went head to head for the listeners to choose a winner.
Yes.
So my guy was John Wick in the end, and your guy was Rama from Raid. And the results are in.
Go on then, because I didn't even check it after I put it out.
So, with 71% of the vote,
that's a lot.
John Wick.
Yeah, but you see, from what I saw, a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, well, John Wick would win with guns. Rama wouldn't need a gun."
John Wick wouldn't need a gun.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
When does he ever fight bare fist?
Like totally loads of times and everything.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he does.
He doesn't.
Well, he does.
He doesn't.
He does.
He doesn't even know how.
He fights that woman in the hotel room.
Because you can't use a gun on a woman. That's vicious.
That's sexist, Kev.
Well, okay, I'll give you that. You win. I'll just shut the fuck up now.
Outrage.
That's twice I've been beasted on me too. So, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Well done to John Wick. We will be doing another top 5.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I did like it. Like top 5 of whatever. We're going to do some themed ones. We're going to really get into this, and I'm probably not going to win any because.
Tell you what we'll do. We'll have a think. Because the next episode after this will be our Christmas special.
Oh,
I know.
Are you committing to doing another episode before Christmas?
Yeah.
Holy for the holies. Holy for the holies.
Blimey. So the next episode will be our Christmas special. So we'll have a think, see what we can come up with, and if we can get a movie fight going, Christmassy themed.
Ooh, top 5 Santa Clauses fight.
Are there 10 Santa Clauses you can think of?
There must be. There must be. There's like a Santa Claus movie every 2 minutes.
Are you going to watch this Kurt Russell one?
No. Everybody's got like a really big hard-on for this movie. I personally don't. But then again, I'm not a massive fan of Kurt Russell, and I'm not a massive fan of Christmas. So
yeah, that's true. That's
true. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Yeah, I was just asking. Lovely top Nightshooters.
Everybody's loving it. Everyone's loving it.
I might watch it.
Fair play. It seems to be a Christmas movie that's.
See, the thing is, I have, I think we've done a top 5 of movies that you watch every Christmas. We've probably done that at one point or another. And I have my regular films that I put on, like Scrooged, Christmas Carol, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to try something new.
Yeah, like, I don't know, Schindler's List.
Yeah.
It's a nice Christmassy movie.
There's red in it.
There is red
That's
in it.
Christmassy.
There's someone in a red coat, so that works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Looks like a Christmas coat.
It does.
Well, we move on.
It does. And when like all the ash is falling down in front of the screen, it looks like snow.
That could totally be snow.
Looks like snow. That is a new Christmas movie.
I'm sure there will be jingle bells
there must
going
be.
off at some point.
Must be.
Shower time, ding ding,
Oh,
shower time, ding ding. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, you took that too far.
Yeah, I did take that too far.
So let's talk about Nightshooters.
Yes, please.
But first, I'm going to play a cheeky little trailer for the movie, and then we'll get into it.
Yep.
This is guerrilla filmmaking. Stop being a bunch of pussies. I once had a close-up of Harper's jugular getting ripped out proper, stringy, sinewy, visceral, like Day of the Dead type shit.
What's this?
Whoa, don't touch that.
Fine. Those are detonator cables. Detonator cables?
Eye for an eye, Filsy boy. Eye for an eye.
Guys?
I'm burning you to death.
Who the fuck are those fucking fucks? We need to move.
If they saw any of that, boss, we could be in the shit.
Whoa! What the fuck? We're doing the fancy rondo kicks and shit.
Don't look at me, that's fucking racist.
That camera was switched on, and it shows just one of our faces.
Thing is, their eyes were on. So you need to go back in there and switch them off. I'm fucking freezing!
So Nightshooters. 2018 movie. It's brand new, that's why this is a featured section. What we're going to be doing with the featured section is because we do revisits, we do what have we been watching, but there's a lot of movies out there that we like to try and promote that many people don't really get to see because they're independent and kind of sometimes fall by the wayside. They really shouldn't. They don't get the credit they deserve. So the featured section is pretty much going to be where we're going to pick a lesser known movie that's coming out pretty much round about now or whenever it goes out, and we're gonna feature it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna tell you if we don't like it. We're gonna tell you why we don't like it, because let's be honest, there's some independent movies out there that do deserve not to be seen.
Well, you're really good to me. You're really good to me because
I only send you good ones.
Yeah. You are like a really good filter.
Okay.
You look after me.
Is that just because I forget to send you half of them?
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm choosing to give you a compliment here, Kev.
Okay, I'll take that compliment and stick it in my back pocket, and we'll roll with that.
That's fine.
So that's the whole thing about the new featured section, and it's hopefully we're gonna just keep going with good ones.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I like it. It's a good idea.
But I feel like this was a good one to start with because I watched it and I was kind of like, holy crap and fuck. Like, this is a...
That's your poster.
What? Holy crap and fuck. This is like a really, really A, top-notch comedy. B,
yes.
top-notch... I've been calling it a brit-kick flick. You know, it's like... It is... You know I love my little things. It is definitely one of them. A star doing the choreography and the kung fu and stuff, that is just... Jesus, like he's brilliant.
Everybody needs to watch out for Jean-Paul Lee, or JP as Sam called him. This guy is a badass.
And you know what
really
it is? I've been doing a little looking around and all that because obviously the short movie that you mentioned and we talked to Sam about it for a little bit because Sam was in it as well. The Division. He is busy. He's very busy, and he's a workhorse as well.
Now, he's got a couple of movies on the Netflixes, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've not had a chance to check them out.
Oh, we'll rectify
but
that.
I you can add them to your list.
Yeah.
So they are on the list, I've just not had time yet. Fucking Red Dead, man.
Red Dead, it's kind of... Well, I don't really have that problem anymore, because I did the online update, and I can no longer play the story mode.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Whatever they've done, and I'm not the only person, because I looked online and I found a couple of people that's having the same problem, but I now can't actually load up my game. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going back to the snow level. Not doing it. It's not happening.
Oh dear.
So Red Dead.
Told you should have got a bloody PlayStation. I didn't have that shit.
It's nothing to do with that.
It is.
But yeah, Nightshooters,
Nightshooters,
a
yeah.
movie directed by Mark Price, who I'm almost the Colin. There was a movie called Colin about a zombie. He made that movie as well, which did really well. A lot of people were talking about that movie when
I've
it
heard
came
of
out.
that. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, when it came out, it got a lot of buzz. It was really well received. This is Nightshooters, though, and we're here to talk about Nightshooters.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start?
Well, we're not going to give anything away because it's available to download and purchase now.
Well. Wide release is the 26th of December.
All right.
On Blu-ray and DVD, you can buy it. But right now, you can buy it from the website as a limited edition Blu-ray.
All right.
From the 1st till the 26th.
I thought it was available to download.
I
like on Amazon and shit now.
It might be on Amazon.
I'm sure it was, but I might be
we'll
wrong.
double check
Might be
that.
wrong.
We'll double check that.
Yeah, so we're not going to give massive plot details away because we want everybody to watch it. But so basically the movie opens up with a film crew. They're shooting a really awful looking zombie flick.
I don't know. Like,
it looks terrible. The zombie flick.
That opening with the opening when they're in the, like, it's sort of like a Resident Evil thing, and they've got all the guns. There's some good effects in there. It doesn't look terrible.
Okay, all right, okay.
It doesn't look terrible.
It's supposed to look terrible.
Oh, it's supposed to, but I was sat there going, I'd watch that.
So we get introduced to the cast, or the cast of, the guys who are making the film.
They're making Dawn of the Deadly, aren't they?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it is.
Because the thing actually comes up at the start.
Yeah.
The title card of the movie that they're making comes up at the start, and I was like, have I clicked on the wrong link?
I've got to be honest, I was a little bit like that.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, but then I remembered that they sent it to us, so it's got to be the right film.
So they are making their movie, and we get introduced to all of the characters. Really, really well written, funny, engaging characters. As you said, it's a really funny movie.
Oh, it's great. It's one of those movies as well, though, kind of like, when, I don't know if you enjoyed the movie, remember Pineapple Express came out with Seth Rogen and all.
Everybody loves that movie.
Yeah, but like, it came out and it was like, it's really funny stoner film, and then all of a sudden it breaks into pure action, and then you're watching an action movie. That's what this was.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you're getting the laughs, you're getting the giggles, and then all of a sudden it just kicks into action gear. The comedy's kind of gone. It's all action. And then once the action finishes, comedy kicks in again.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's almost like two different movies at some points. Like, not in a bad way, because I know sometimes it can feel disjointed. But you do get, like, some kick-ass, like, the Raid / Highlander action going on. Like, some amazing choreography. And it looks gorgeous. Like, the blue tint on some of the fights when John Paul's doing, like, his roundhouse kicks and stuff. Man, I'm sitting there going, damn, that's some pretty decent choreography, some really good...
the choreography is amazing.
Yeah, some really good cinematography, and it looks totally just different, and then it kicks back into the comedy gear, and it, they grade it down again so that it looks like you're watching a British comedy, but then it kicks back into the action, and it's like, it looks like you're watching, I don't know, The Matrix.
Yeah. So there's probably... Yeah, I'm going to go with it. My favourite part of the movie is there's an ongoing, joke throughout the movie. I'm not going to remember any of the characters' names. I'm sorry, I'm crap at that. But one of the lassies on the crew is crap at making coffee.
Yeah.
And the coffee pot thing is, the running joke is the coffee's always cold. And so she is fighting one of the goons.
The goon.
And she has a badass moment where she I think she delivers like a line and then topples the coffee pot on top of him.
Yeah, she looks all hardcore for a minute, doesn't she?
And then he screams and goes, it's fucking freezing! I was pissing myself laughing at that. That was just amazing.
Now, on that note, this movie is British. This movie is an 18. There is a lot of swearing.
There is a lot of swearing.
There's a lot of swearing in this film.
So let's just...
But it's worth it.
Let's just rewind a little bit, because we mentioned goons there.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the
So,
goons.
as we said, they're making their movie. They're on, like, a sort of break of it. And one of them catches on her camera something that's happening in the block opposite. because it's the block is actually going to be torn down.
Yeah, demolished the next
morning. So they catch a murder. So we've got some London gangsters.
Well,
who are
the main guy's London, but the rest of them, these are Welsh.
Are they Welsh?
There's a lot of Welshies in this movie.
Cockneys.
No, there's a few Welshies, which, let's be honest, if you're going to make a British movie and you're going to make a British comedy, you've got to have some Welsh people in there, because they are the funniest group of people in this country.
Probably offensive again.
No, definitely not.
No?
They embrace it. No,
Okay.
they embrace it.
All right. Right, okay. There are some Welsh snowflakes that will be taking major offence to that.
They can hit me up on Twitter, and most of them do.
Yep. And, well, yeah, I keep saying to you, Kev, don't feed the trolls. But so they catch on their camera a guy being really brutally tortured to death.
Yeah.
And then the gangsters notice that they have seen what's happened.
Seen everything.
They've already seen everything, Kev.
They have seen everything.
They tried to cover up, but they've already seen everything. So that's where it kicks off.
Yeah.
They are coming for the crew, and yeah, that's your movie.
They want to have a quiet word with them, and make sure everybody's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're a film crew, but they have one stuntman there who is there to be doing all of the stunts, and he does all of the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You have, I think in the movie his name is Donnie, and it's John Paul Lee, and yeah, it gets real.
It does get real.
It gets bloody real.
Yeah, it really does. The guys who are playing the villains, the goons, they are really well done as well. They're not just your kind of mindless, faceless Joker henchmen.
They're not, and like there's a couple of them that like play over the top a little bit on purpose, I assume, but they really rein it in at times as well. Like the main henchman kind of he's playing sort of a caricature of what a henchman's meant to be. So he's playing it over the top. He's like, you go over here, you go over there, you go. But he's also pretty freaking menacing.
Yeah.
Like at times he's like, but at the same time he doesn't want to be there. It's kind of like, some fantastic dialogue, some really good dialogue going in. They take a moment at certain times. We don't want to do spoilers, but I do want to mention this one bit because cinematography-wise, sound-wise, and acting-wise, it's pretty damn impressive. Like, it really kind of hit me in the nuts because I'm sitting there watching this comedy with some kung fu action that I'm loving, and then it's the scene where the big guy from the baddies has the girl in the Zod pose, and I'm sitting there like, they ain't gonna do that, and it gets super real, it gets super intense from like the main comedic character of the movie becomes really serious, who, by the way, massive shout out to that guy. He is Adam McNabb, who is from the TV show Shameless. That's what he's kind of most famous for. He played one of the Maguires. He is fantastic. The sound guy, he is just great in this film. Like, just, and that scene when you're getting a close up on his face, a close up on her face, everything sort of slows down. The music changes, and it's like, oh shit! Like, I don't want to do any spoilers, but that is a really real point in the movie that kind of took me back. It really kind of took me back.
See, there's another moment where they're outside.
Yes, yeah. And
it's also holy shit. But the movie does that well. It's not, it doesn't feel like, where the hell did this come from?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that's
really,
what I'm trying
really
to get.
well done.
That's what I'm trying to get across, and I over-verbalize quite a lot.
What?
As you know, and as everyone knows. But that's the point I'm trying to get across. Like, when it's action, it's really good action. When it's comedy, it's really good comedy. And when it's real, it's really real. And I think they hit every note perfectly. I
have to give some props out to the guy who played the big bad.
The London guy.
Yeah, who I kept thinking was Nick Frost, but it isn't.
Yeah, it's not. It's his name is Richard. Just give it a second to load because I'm not doing this off the cuff. It's Richard Sandling.
He was a sinister son of a bitch.
He was pretty damn sinister.
He was, there are some moments in there where he was an awful bastard.
The punchy bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's bloody good in it. And also the guy who plays the director.
He's great. He is great.
He's damn good as well.
I got a real good kick out of him. He pretty much gets most of the best lines in the film, but then I think he's meant to, you know. And how did you feel about the aging veteran actor who basically got pissed on the whole movie?
Yeah,
One point, quite literally.
Yeah.
Well, that is Doug Allen. He was at London
Yes, he was.
when we were there, because
Yeah.
we were kind of like, yep. He was in Band of Brothers back in the day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were sat going, who the fuck is that guy? We know that guy. We know that guy. We know that guy. We know that guy.
And we got home and we kind of like IMDb, yep. Seen him in everything. Like, he's a fantastic actor. How did you feel? You know how you were saying about the movie at the start that looked, you said pretty crappy. I genuinely thought I would watch that. It looks like a zombie movie I would actually watch. They made no real effort to hide the fact that it was John Paul Lee doing the stunts.
Yeah.
He pulls the mask down and then it doesn't even look like him after that. It's a great little bit. It's a nod to movies that, you know, don't really have the budget, I guess.
It was fine. It was just, I didn't, you know, I wasn't thinking, oh, this is shite, what the hell am I watching? I just thought, this is the movie that the characters are making looks like shite.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be.
Did you notice the awesome bit of equipment the sound man was using?
I did.
He was rocking our recorder.
I did see that.
The H4n Zoom mic. Big props to you guys. Nice to see it in a movie. I'm seeing them more now though. Like those types of recorders. The H4s and just the Zooms are getting into like quite a few different movies.
Because of us, Kev, trendsetters.
I would like to think it is, but it's not. But he had one of them, and the sound quality was brilliant. So that's all I wanted to say.
There you go. Well, you know, he was picking up sound from the other side of the bloody building.
He was. He was picking up phone signals, trying to find signals, which our phone doesn't do because our recorder's obviously better. Maybe his is just a bit aged.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
He didn't look like he had the budget. So Nightshooters. We really don't want to get too far into it.
No, I think we've said about as much as we want to be saying about the plot, but it is really seriously good. Everybody listening to this, we want you to go and have a watch.
Definitely.
Get in touch with us on the Facebooks and the Twitters. Let us know what you think about it.
Well,
you can also get in touch with Nightshooters on the Twitters, I'm sure, as well.
Certainly can. Give me 2 seconds. I'll pull all of this up.
Good lad.
Because I did actually put it out on the Twitter that we were going to be doing a little bit of a cheeky review of it tonight, and asked if anybody had seen the movie to give us sort of their thoughts. And we got a really cool one from
Jean Paul Lee.
He did message us. He did message us on the Instagram and asked if once it goes out, we can let him know where it is, because he wants to have a listen. So John Paul Lee's going to be listening to the podcast. So probably good that we bigged him up at the start.
Yeah.
Let me find this. Who goes under the Twitter handle 5-Foot Wookie.
Nice.
We always like those types of names.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he watched it at Mayhem Festivals. So obviously the movie's been doing the festivals back in October. An absolute joy to watch. One kill scene in this went straight to number 1 in my kill scene list. So I'm guessing it might be the one I'm thinking. Oh, wait, is there any better ones? Actually, no. Out the window. That was pretty funny.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Sup Planting, one from the excellent Raid movie. So even he's liking it to the Raid. So Mark V. Price, which is the director, at Mark V. Price, you can find him on Twitter. It was fantastic and engaging in the Q&A afterwards, because obviously, as we saw at London, they've been doing Q&As and everything, so big props to him. But if you do want to check out the Twitter, you can go to @of_Nightshooters, so it's OF Nightshooters on the Twitter, to get to the movie, and from there you'll be able to find where you can buy it on the internet and everything. There's all sorts of links all over their Twitter, so please go and have a look. And if you want to check out John Paul Lee, you can check out at LY Jean Paul 1803 or the movie company that's putting it out, which is the production company, is the Warrior Agency. They're publicising it and everything. So check out Warrior Agency as well. All those places will have a link to where you can buy this movie, how you can see this movie. And me personally, we can't big it up enough.
Agreed. I was messaging you as I was watching it, and I think I said to you, this is possibly up there with one of the best movies I've seen all year. It was so good. And
as well, with it being like, and I keep, it sounds like I'm putting the independents down. I'm really not, because we're all about the independents. If anybody listens to the podcast, they know that. But when you get a movie like this that could very easily have, as Tom said when he was making Black Site, very easily this movie could be Marvel on a budget. You know, it's that good that you do kind of get knocked back, and you do kind of like, I don't know if a low budget independent British movie has any right being this good, but it is. It's fantastic, and it does have the right, because the director's fantastic. Everything about it's fantastic. And when you go on IMDb, there's a bit of trivia on there. The fight scenes, the choreography with John Paul, who I believe choreographed most of it, or all of it in fact, was being filmed by the director Mark Bryce. So as the camera's going around the fight sequences, it's not a cinematographer, it's the director going around doing it, you know, because that's how in they were. It just adds. But I mean,
when we were sat watching them at doing their thing at Comic-Con, at MCM Comic-Con, when John Paul, he said a thing during that talk that he wanted to bring back the old school, kung fu movies and all that, and I was like, yeah, I like that guy.
Oh yeah, because that's what we need. It's all getting a bit too polished, like.
Yeah. I mean, I used to watch those kinds of movies with my dad, and like, he still is a big John Wayne fan. So, I grew up watching those with him. And, he was a big, like, Steven Seagal fan and bloody all that kind of thing. So, I kind of grew up watching the punchy-kicky films.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme films,
As did I. I loved all that, I loved all that.
So it is time. He's right. He's completely right. It is time to bring those kinds of movies back. And holy shit.
Yeah, what a way to bring it back.
Yeah.
And he seems like the guy to be pushing that forward and going for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wish all the best to those guys. We want this movie to do well. Please get it on Blu-ray, get it on DVD. 26th of December, you can get it officially, but if you go on their website right now, which again, if you go to the Twitter and everything, you'll find it. I'll link it to everything we've got. You can get a limited edition version, which has a cool as fuck front cover. The box looks the balls.
Do you like a cool box?
You do. It's very like an old Kill Bill poster or something like that. Like the type of poster Tarantino would have on his wall. It's very like that. Nice old school. So yeah, definitely check those out. But yeah, would you like to move on to the news?
Let's talk some news, will we? Yeah.
Go for it. And you did the news this time, so...
I'm so fucking surprised.
Well, it is a bit surprising.
Hey, it's Brian.
And it's Tony.
From the Salty Language Podcast. We're a podcast with two friends that have, been around each other for like 70 years or something, and, we talk about kind of everything.
We're like a married couple that you hate.
Yeah, basically something like that. No, we talk about, just weird news, stuff that happens in our life, pop culture, really anything. It's, we just have a nice conversation and make up stuff along the way. So, yeah. And I guess, you can find us at saltylanguage.com.
For sure. And I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, also, you can find us on dangerentertainment.net.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.net, in case you missed it the first time.
Are you wearing a Vote for Pedro t-shirt?
Nope. Vote for Scarlett.
Oh.
Because she did the council thing, didn't she? So I made her a Vote for Pedro, Vote for Scarlett t-shirt.
I'll let you have that. It's okay.
It is pretty awesome. I'll post that up on the gram right now.
On the what?
On the gram, the 'Don't be old, all right?
I can't help it, Kev.
Ooh. Ooh-wee. Right, go for it. News.
Right, okay. So, now, have you seen the Captain Marvel trailer?
I have.
The second trailer.
I have.
What do you think? What are you thinking? Are you excited for the film? Are you going to see it in the cinema?
All honesty, I'm going to have to see it in the cinema because it'll not be out on DVD before the Avengers part 2, the redo comes out. So, the retcon. So I'm going to have to see it in the cinema. It's as simple as that. I'm not overly excited to see it. I think Brie Larson doesn't really have a charismatic bone in her body.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I think that I said the same thing. I think that we are both going to be wrong.
I think we might be. I'm hoping we are. If there's anything people should know about me, although it probably doesn't come across as much, is that I love to be proven wrong. I love to go into a movie and think it's going to be crap and be proven wrong. Like, there's nothing makes me happier.
Yeah.
It rarely happens, but I love, like, when
arrogant prick.
if I'm down on a movie before I go in and then I come out having loved it, that's the best feeling you can have.
Yeah.
Because you were wrong and you just saw a fucking great movie.
See, I was like that when we went to see Solo.
Yeah.
You know, I went in thinking, oh, this is probably going to be shite. But I really enjoyed it, as you know.
I went in thinking this is going to be shite, and I was right.
Yeah, and then you went in a muckle huff.
Yeah,
anyway,
I did.
I think we're both going to be wrong. I really, really do. I think it's looking like it's got a lot of potential. She looks like a badass. Yeah, I am intrigued from the second trailer. So, yeah.
See, now, with regards to the trailer, I watched that first trailer and it started with Blockbuster Video, so instant win. You know, the 90s blockbusters, win. I really enjoyed the first trailer. I thought the first trailer was great. Like, it didn't show too much of Brie Larson, so that was nice. You know, she was there, but she wasn't there much. I thought the CGI on young Sam Jackson was ropey as hell. It wasn't finished, thank God. He looked nothing like Lawrence Fishburne. So, you know, that's just wrong. But yeah, but I was quite intrigued by the first trailer. The second trailer, I think, showed a little bit too much. Too much of things I didn't really want to be seeing. They ruined the. It was obvious, you know, in the first trailer when she slaps the granny on the bus, and then it cuts away really quickly, so you don't get the reveal that she's obviously like a Scree or a Cree. Skrull. She's obviously a baddie anyway.
I think Captain Marvel is a Cree.
Right. Well, I wish...
I might be totally wrong about that.
I wish they hadn't showed the next bit when the old granny kicks shit over, because that would have been a cool scene in the cinema, but they showed it. It's not a spoiler, but whatever. Less intrigued after the second trailer. Still intrigued enough to go to the cinema, though. Plus, I have to anyway, because otherwise Avengers isn't going to make sense.
You couldn't just...
What?
You couldn't... You're getting on my fucking tits with that.
At least she's not going to like disintegrate at the end of the movie like they did in Ant-Man and Wasp. That was just awful.
Thank you.
Awful.
Thank you very much.
It's only him. Or them. No, he's fine. No, he's stuck in the quantum realm.
Please stop talking. I've not seen it.
That's like the post-credits.
I've not seen the fucking thing.
It's got nothing to do with the movie.
Twat.
And it's crap.
Alright. Okay.
Michael Pena steals it, as usual. There you go. All you need to know.
Alright. So, speaking of crappy, Kevin Hart is going to be hosting the Oscars.
Terrible. This is terrible.
So, you upset about this? See, I haven't watched the Oscars in years. So, not happy?
Unless... Because he's best mates with The Rock. Him and The Rock are best mates. So unless they're going to announce in the next couple of days that The Rock's co-hosting or whatever, I'll be alright with that. I've got no time.
The Rock could do that.
Oh, he could easily host the Oscars. Name one person who's more electrifying than The Rock.
No.
You can't.
No.
Shazam, maybe, because the lightning and the electric. I don't know. Try and make a comic book joke. But no, Kevin Hart, this is terrible. Ellen DeGeneres was the start of a growing trend of really shit hosts. She was terrible. So then they got Seth MacFarlane in for a couple. He was awful. Jimmy Kimmel last year, I got away with Jimmy Kimmel, but his skits were just way too obvious and planned and crap. But Kevin Hart, I don't know.
Daredevil.
Cancelled.
It's been cancelled.
Not really, though, is it?
There's something.
Yeah.
There's something going on there. Apparently, it isn't going to the Disney Plus or wherever it's going to be called.
That's bollocks.
Yeah, there's something else going on
Yeah.
there because I read a thing on something that Daredevil was actually season 3 of Daredevil was actually Netflix's or one of Netflix's highest rated or highest watched shows
Ever
of this year. Yeah.
It only really had House of Cards to compete against. Let's be honest.
Flipping hell. Aye. Yeah, if they do lose Charlie Cox and everybody else from it, I'm going to be really fucking gutted by that.
Nobody's going to go back to that show if they're not there. If it's a whole different cast, nobody's going back to it. It's not going to happen. It is crazy. Like, I kind of expected Iron Fist and I kind of expected Luke Cage.
Yeah,
although people did enjoy Luke Cage season 2.
I never even tried to watch that.
I kind of expected those two to go.
I watched Iron Fist 2, but it was bad.
Why is Jessica Jones still on the go, though?
I don't know, so is Punisher.
Is like a third season of Jessica Jones on its way, and they're just waiting until that happens? Because they seem to be waiting until the series finish, like the latest series, and then cancel them. So we're going to get a third season of Jessica Jones. Second season
I
of
don't
Punisher?
think it's been commissioned for a third series. I don't think I've read anything about that.
It's going to end up on Disney Plus. It's going to be there.
I was kind of thinking, I wonder if, because there was a whole thing that these characters couldn't be in the MCU because of the deal with Netflix, and they didn't want to, they couldn't. It was going to cost too much or whatever to transfer it over.
Okay.
Rights wise and all that. So I'm wondering if they're saying, like, oh, you know what, just cancel all them, fuck yourselves, we'll put them in the MCU.
Well, we still don't know what's happening with Guardians. That's a big team movie. Take out the big team movie that looks like it's not going to be going anywhere for a little while. Bring out the Defenders as a movie. I'd rather they didn't, but
it's. I did wonder that. I did wonder. They'd better not axe Charlie Cox because he's fucking great.
They're not going to do that. He's great.
Yeah.
I've still not watched the new series, but Charlie Cox is great.
You have got to watch the third season.
I'm super hooked on a different show that I'll be talking about soon, but once I'm done with that, I will.
The third season of Daredevil, genuinely, I think I said this on the last episode, is the best of any bloody superhero TV show I've ever watched.
Bullseye was always one of my favourites when it came to Marvel, so
yeah.
I know he's not technically Bullseye yet, but he was always one of my favourite villains of the Marvel universe.
And it's done really well.
Is he as good as Colin Farrell, though? Colin Farrell was great. I want a bloody costume.
Go in the water.
Ooh.
Sticking with Marvel.
Yep.
We are getting a new character in Phase 4.
Yeah.
It is, hopefully I'm going to say this right, Shang-Chi.
I think that's right.
who is from a comic known as Master of Kung Fu.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a new character that's brought in for Phase 4. Apparently he's a right proper badass. Yeah. Tilda Swinton playing him.
Well,
so?
Interestingly, we just spoke about Nightshooters, and we've mentioned him a couple of times. He is campaigning very hard for that role.
You're fucking right.
He's on Twitter, he's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, Jean-Paul Lee, obviously. Hashtagging, atting Kevin Feige all over the place. He's putting like little clips of himself doing some badass kung fu action, basically saying, "This is my movie." Yeah.
Fuck you, cast me.
I think the guy, there's no real, I don't think there's any front runners yet or anything. They've not really said anybody, but a lot of people. Did you ever watch Into the Badlands, the TV series?
Yes, I want to say yes.
A lot of people are campaigning for him, the main character,
Right.
who is a badass, and he is great. But you know what? Let's give it to the little French guy.
Or the guy that plays Rama.
Woo-wee! That would be pretty damn good.
Why are you doing that? You've been watching Face Off.
No! Do you think I'm going full Nick Cage nowadays?
You are. Yeah.
I said, goddamn, what a rush.
But, yeah, Jean-Paul Lee, would... That'd be fucking sweet.
I'm good on this. Like, this is like, it's a lesser known character. Again, like they had to when they first started out with their third tier role character guys that weren't exactly like the top level superheroes, because obviously they didn't have the rights to everyone. They're having to go back into the catalogue now. This actually, it's got me excited for Phase 4, because obviously they're gonna have to get rid of some of the main characters. Like I know they're retconning, but they have to, like, some of them have to go. We know that Captain America is going to have to go because Chris Evans is bowing out and all this. Although something came out today that he's not quite done with, with Marvel yet.
I didn't open it because it just felt like it was going to be a bullshit article.
You know what I'm hoping? And here's what I'm hoping. I am hoping that now that they have Fox and the Fantastic Four could be brought back in, I'm hoping he's going back to being Johnny Flame.
Wow.
I want Chris Evans to make a decent Torchpoint movie. I want it.
Okay.
But yeah, as I was saying, like, I'm glad that for Phase 4, which essentially is a new start, it's essentially going to be a fresh slate for a new team.
Well, it has to be a new team because, let's face it, most of them are dead. So,
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad that they're delving into the lesser known characters again. And you know what? If they want to have a main Asian / Chinese American guy as the main star of a movie, I'm good with that as well. So let's just go for it.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Like, we're not morons. We don't need you to hire,
Tilda Swinton.
Fucking Tilda Swinton to play this guy. Oh, that would be funny as fuck.
I've got to be honest. I'd still watch it.
Right, we'll move on to DC, will we?
Yes.
Have you seen the name or the new name of the Birds of Prey movie?
Yes, it's got a very long one. It's like
it really does. It's so it's now called Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
I love it.
I actually kind of love it as well.
There's something about that makes me believe.
Is it because fantabulous is on the word and you are totally fantabulous?
Fantabulous is a great word. It's not used enough. But to be fair, I don't know, because they've also announced, this might be in your news, but they've also announced that they're moving ahead with the Blue Beetle movie.
I saw a headline. I don't actually know anything about Blue Beetle.
It's a bit of an out there, random, weird character, to be fair, to be moving ahead with. If they want to go for it. But with that, and the title of this Birds of Prey movie, it kind of just makes me feel like DC might not be taking it serious anymore. And it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Nobody likes what we're doing anyway, so we're just going to throw shit at the wall.
Why not? Why not? Bloody,
just go for it.
I mean, we've said before, the depth, they've got a really strong,
they have
list
the
of characters
of the
that they can. Yeah, they do. Of course they do. I know. I mean, I've always, obviously Spider-Man fan, but an Incredible Hulk. But I mean, like, if you think of the villains in the DCU,
forget about it.
And all that, they've got so many characters that they can. There you go.
Like when I look at, like, even the villains and the superheroes, when I look at Marvel versus DC, the characters they have on either side, you always gravitate towards DC.
Mm-hmm.
They've got darker superheroes, they've got manic villains. It's, for me, like, I know I'm a DC whore, I'm a DC fanboy, but for me, when I look over at Marvel, I just see hearts and flowers. And I like dark worlds because...
I know you, because you're a dark person.
I'm a dark motherfucker.
Yeah.
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 But, yeah, that title, I do love that title. I thought it was a joke at first, because I did see that Margot Robbie on Twitter had posted a picture of her script, and she'd written across it the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn, and I thought that's just a joke. And then like 2 days later, they actually confirmed that was the name of the movie, and it's like, that's brilliant.
Do we know who's directing that one?
It's a lady. I know that much. I don't know. I can't remember the name.
So is it a director?
It's a no. It's a lady. I just said that. No. Yeah. As far as I know, it does has a female director. For the life of me, I can't think what her name is right now. Though I'll rectify that and I'll find out. But looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Although Kristen Stewart as Batgirl.
Is that confirmed?
It's pretty much confirmed. Is it Batgirl she's playing? I'm sure it's Batgirl. Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, because on TV it's Ruby. I was going to say Ruby Riott.
That's
not
right.
Not her name. It's Ruby something.
Oh yeah. Her from
Pitch Perfect 3. Yep, that's the one. Orange.
Fuck's sake. Yeah.
Aye. Ruby
okay.
Rose? Ruby Rose?
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
Aye. Be fine. Be fine. Yeah, have you seen the first images of Zac Efron as Ted Bundy?
No, but it's Zac Efron, so I'll take it.
I looked at they've got it was on, I think it was on Den of Geek, and they've got a picture of Ted Bundy, and then further down they've got a picture like a shot from the movie.
Is it just a straight up Ted Bundy movie?
I think so.
All right. Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's uncanny. Like it really bloody is.
Good looking chap.
Okay.
Ted Bundy, not Zac Efron.
Yeah, I am. Okay. I am. Yeah, I'm really interested with this one.
Yeah. I'll watch anything Zac Efron does. Like, even the shit ones, I'll watch them. But I'm interested to see what he does with that. Because he's not exactly that kind of character. Like, what we've seen him do before. We've seen him play assholes, but we've not really seen him play rapey serial killers.
Yeah.
So Bundy's going to be a good one.
I think it will be. Yeah. Bit of the Many Saints of Newark news.
Many Saints of Newark?
The Sopranos movie.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
okay. Ooh.
Have you seen who they have cast as Dickie Moltisanti?
James Gandolfini.
You sick bastard.
That was too soon. I'm
too
sorry.
fucking soon,
That was
Kev.
way too soon.
No, I'm leaving. I might pronounce this wrong. Alessandra Nivola?
Oh, he's fantastic.
Is Dickie Moltisanti, who is Tony's mentor.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
When he wants to be.
Yeah.
Face Off.
There you go.
Yeah. That just proves his stock.
Jurassic Park 3?
Jurassic Park 3, yes, very good.
Thank you.
You know your films.
Can I have a gold star?
No.
Prick. Yeah, okay. Well, right.
I'm good with that.
There is one more bit of news that I've got.
Okay, let's go for it.
But I don't know if you want to hear it or not.
Lay it on me. Is it going to get me ranty?
I think you're going to get angry.
Oh, hell's teeth.
Will we leave it?
No.
All right, okay.
I've got enough anger in me, trust me.
So, I read that the Christmas song, Baby It's Cold Outside,
oh, here we go,
has been banned from, I don't know which local radio station, but it has been banned because it's a little bit rapey.
That's the whole point. It's the whole point of the song. But no, like, let's get over this. Like, I'm not going to get mad. I know that's what you're trying to do. You've probably been looking all day for something that would get me going. The thing with the Pogues, you tagged me in that.
Oh yeah, that was funny though. Come on,
that has annoyed me. But that's an actual thing though.
No,
that was
a piss take.
That was a piss take site, but that is an actual thing because I tagged Devon it the other day.
Because is it the cheap lousy faggot?
Cheap lousy faggot. Like, it's an actual thing. People, yeah, it's an actual thing. It's crazy, man. But you can't do anything now. It's mad.
I was actually I don't do this. I really don't do this because like I know that you enjoy arguing with people.
I do.
I really can't be bothered arguing with people unless it's you.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't ever really do this, but there was something on the Facebooks last night that I saw that really fucking pissed me off. And
lay it on me, brother.
It was the Celtic page
yeah, aye.
had put the
put a rainbow
the
on
LGBT
QIX
thing.
T.
You know, LGBTQ
NB
plus.
Oh, there's loads of stuff.
Aye,
it's
you know what I mean. Everybody knows what I mean.
Yeah. There's that
So
many of them.
they'd put that like with the Celtic emblem in front. You know, right? Fucking
yeah, too right.
Why not? Why the hell not? It's bloody 2018. You bunch of bastards. But I was reading some of the comments on it, and it was like
hatred.
Yeah,
toxicity.
Why?
Bile.
I don't understand.
Because we live in a world and we live in a culture of people who just want to be offended all the fucking time. Like, nobody's happy unless they're upset. Nobody's happy unless they're sad.
Yeah.
They just want to pick and pick and pick and pick. And the worst thing is, one of the worst things is, like, it's everybody. I blame social media and I blame Brexit. That's the two things I blame. And I blame Trump. Although I do like Trump, so... It's just the internet was the greatest thing ever created, known to man, since the fucking wheel or the light bulb. Like, the internet is just this amazing creation, but it's also the most parasitic thing we have in our lives.
Well, because of social media.
Social media fucked it. Social media very much fucked
everybody now thinks that their opinion should be heard.
Yeah.
And that's really not the case.
It's not the case because
people are morons.
99% of the people on the internet are morons. You know, and it's just stupid. Like, I'm going on Twitter and I'm seeing, I think I told you about it last night, people want to have new phrases because it's against animals. Which is fine. I'm all for, like, being against animal cruelty. I'm cool with that. Like, we shouldn't be beating dogs up or cows or anything like that. But the phrase, one of the phrases on this list of, like, 6 phrases that they want changed, and they want this changed. Like, there'll be a change.org somewhere. There'll be a petition. You'll probably sign it. But they want...
I will not sign that. That's bollocks.
They want the phrase to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? That is animal cruelty. Technically it is, but it's a fucking phrase. Get over it. And it's a point. So, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They would like that phrase to be changed to feed 2 birds with 1 scone. When you're trying to prove a point and you say, oh, I'm going to do that and I'm going to do that, I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. To turn around and say I'm going to feed 2 birds with 1 scone makes no fucking sense. No sense. Grab the bull by the horns. Yeah. Grab a flower by its thorns.
That doesn't make any sense.
What the fuck? So we're not allowed to be against animals, but we're allowed to be against plants. Plants have no feelings.
But, like, what's the problem with grab the bull by the horns?
It's against it's animal cruelty because you're grabbing an animal by its horns. I don't know why it's against animal cruelty. You might be grabbing it by the horns to give it a nice back rub. I don't know. But fuck me. The social justice warriors out there will not have it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, man, it's... Part of me gets a bit of fun out of it. Because I go on and I see these idiots writing these things, and I'm like, right, I'm just going to write 1 comment, and it's going to be the most skitty, sarcastic thing I can think of, and I come up with gold dust, right? But you don't just get 1 person coming back at you. No. You get the internet coming back at you. And it's just like... I just wanted to make that 1 comment and leave, but no, I'm stuck here for 6 hours because I have to reply to every single fucking one of you. And I do.
See, that's why I can't be bothered with that shit.
I know. And you know what? I like to think I'm quite an intelligent guy, and I can come up with quite sarcastic, intelligent retorts. But after a while, you're drained at the fucking inane bollocks that these guys are throwing at you. Like, the sheer... Just, I don't want to say retardedness because somebody will get offended and say that I'm being against the disabled or whatever. I'm not really. I'm just using it as a word. Let's be honest. It is just a word. But I'm dealing with retards on the internet.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I feel bad.
Although, going back to that Baby It's Cold Outside thing.
Okay, yeah, we started there.
There was... It was on Digital Spy that I read this. And so Digital Spy showed like screenshots of people's responses to this on Twitter.
Were they gold?
They were, and there was one where somebody had put the lyrics, and so it's maybe it's call it say, no, I've got to leave or whatever. I can't remember the lyrics.
If anything, it's very chivalrous, that song.
But the person who wrote it, so they've got the lyrics there. And so she like, I know I've got to go or whatever, and he goes, bitch, did I fucking stutter? And I was, oh man, I swear, coffee almost went right down my t-shirt when I was reading that. I was pissing myself laughing at that. That's amazing.
But that's the thing, though. You do get, when you go through these posts and you're seeing all this bile, every now and then you get an absolute classic response from someone, and I do love it. I do love it. Like, sometimes there's just a bit of gold in amongst all this just stupidness.
Most of them are Russians, though. So,
well, so they say. So they say.
Yeah.
But why are we getting so offended? Why is everybody getting offended? They're banning adverts. The Sainsbury's advert. Have you seen that?
Which one's that?
It's like the big nativity play, and the kid comes on, and all the lights have gone out on the tree, and the kid comes on. He's dressed like a plug, and he's got like a big plug.
Yeah.
And he runs over and he switches himself into the plug, and then the lights all come on.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant advert. It's actually quite a cute advert. I'm not really into Christmas, but it's the nativity, and it looks pretty cool because it's all kids. Oh, no. There are parents out there who are like, health and safety. That young boy plugs himself into a socket.
My son is going to try and fuck an electric socket.
If your son tries to fuck an electric socket or plug himself into an electric socket, your son is a twat. Your son is an idiot. You are a shit parent. Stop being a parent. Fucking, what are you doing complaining about an advert? Why are you complaining about an advert about the nativity with a kid dressed as a plug?
Why was he dressed as a plug in the nativity?
How else were the lights going to go on? He had to plug himself.
Alright, I see.
To be fair, though, do you think there are actually kids putting their faces into plugs? No. Right, so...
Anyway.
Yeah.
So...
You're an asshole. You did that on purpose.
A little bit.
You said you were going to do that on purpose.
A little bit.
Yeah. I shouldn't...
Well, we talk about what we've been watching.
I think you're a bigger troll than the trolls on the internet.
Wow.
Yes, let's talk about what you've been watching, because we got a couple, and I swear to God, my mood is going to come down.
In a world of heroes, villains, 6 British actors will come together to play Pathfinder. It's sort of like D&D, but also really not like D&D. Join Falter.
I immediately regret this decision!
Caragor.
Oh, I see you, Kenneth.
Velda.
Behold my arcane powers!
Shania.
Yes, I've cracked the case!
M.
No, kill him.
And the Dungeon Master for an actual play podcast that takes adventure seriously. Available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and from DangerClubPodcast.com. Danger Club, let's roll. Got doing that voice, Hess?
Right, first one.
Yeah.
I have seen Bad Samaritan.
Bad Samaritan.
David Tennant.
Yeah.
And I want to say Robert Sheehan from Misfits.
Yep.
Fuck me, it's good.
Yeah.
David Tennant is a really good villain.
He's evil.
He's really menacing when he wants to be.
Because
Jessica Jones, I know. But yeah, so Robert Sheehan is and his buddy, they work freelance for a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like a sort of valet, not valet. You know, what do they call it when they give you your keys and you drive the car off and park it?
A valet.
Is it a valet?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Bygones. So they do that, but what they do is they go to the people's houses. They use like their sat nav or whatever in the car.
That old trick.
And go home, and then they use the car to, the fancy schmancy, modern technology, to go and break in and steal some shit, and then take the car back for when they're finished their meal. Yeah,
sounds good.
So, David Tennant's character is going to the restaurant for a meal. They do that. They go to his house. Mm-hmm. Robert Sheehan is in the house. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah, Robert Sheehan. That's his name.
He's in the house, and so he goes upstairs because he wants to break into his office drawer or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he finds a checkbook, and he goes to take a photo of the checkbook to get the bank details.
Yeah.
The flash goes off, and there's a lassie tied up in the corner. Yeah. And so he's like trying to break her out and everything, and it's so fucking good.
I remember seeing the trailers for this. I did remember because it's a Legion M film. Legion M's this new, like, they're not really a company. It's sort of like you donate money and you're sort of buying into the company.
Oh,
and
right,
it's
okay.
sort of like, it's like crowdfunding, but not really crowdfunding. You kind of become a shareholder.
Right.
Like, it looks really interesting how they're doing it. I'm not quite sure how they're doing it, but it looks interesting. And this was like their first movie, was Bad Samaritan.
Yeah, it is one hell of a movie.
Yeah.
It really,
They're both good actors, though. They're both very good actors.
Robert Sheen is really, really overlooked.
Oh, definitely.
And I don't know what happened, because, you know, he was the main star of Misfits, let's face it.
I'll tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. I'm going to school you for a second.
Killing Bono?
No, Killing Bono was okay. Killing Bono was okay.
I think I watched that.
Had its moments. Yeah, he went over to America, and he thought, I'm going to be the big dick in America. And then he did Season of the Witch.
Shit, that's right.
With one Nicolas Cage.
That's right. Ooh.
And as we know,
there's a Nick Cage movie just gone on to Netflix.
He's reality bureau.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm intrigued.
I watched the clip comes up.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
Did not look good. That's all.
I'm intrigued though. It's Nick Cage. Loud noises.
Yeah. So basically, he's Robert Sheen's character is, like, pardon me, is trying to help the lass escape.
As you would.
And Tennant finds out that what he's trying to do, and basically goes all enemy of the state on him. He fucking wrecks the guy's life.
Awesome.
And it is a fucking superb movie.
Nice.
Seriously.
I did keep seeing it, and I do want to see it. Like, I wanted to, when it was coming out, I wanted to watch it. It just kind of got away from me, but I will. Is it on Netflix or?
No, it's on Amazon Prime. Well,
Awesome.
I actually paid for it. But
We have Amazon.
Yeah.
We got Amazon. We gave in.
Why is that giving in?
Because I didn't want it, because I had Netflix.
There's a lot of good stuff on there, though.
Looming Tower is very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much into that. It's not on my what have you been watching, but I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vikings. Get your arse on Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings. Yeah. I still need to watch it. I watched the first series. I need to go back to that, actually. There's so much.
I know.
There's so much out there.
Yeah, I feel like I've gone through all of Netflix at the minute. Aye, but that's Bad Samaritan. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is incredible. And Tennant is just... He's so fucking sinister in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good, though. He's Tennant.
Yeah,
he's David Tennant.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You talked about this on the last episode. I'm just going to quickly, briefly talk about it because I watched it. The new Halloween movie. The remake, reboot, redo, whatever, sequel, prequel. We're going to erase the rest of canon, and Jamie Lee Curtis is back. Didn't love it. Didn't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Really didn't hate it.
H2O was better.
H2O was better. It just, as you said, I couldn't actually think of the words at the time what I was looking for, but as you said, it was just unnecessary. They didn't need to do it. It could have just been done.
I mean, it was cool seeing Jamie Lee Curtis back into it, I guess.
Everybody kept saying that Jamie Lee Curtis is back and she's a bit of a badass in this movie. I didn't really think she was that much of a badass. She was just a really old woman who had a load of guns.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And there was a lot of the counter moving in the kitchen so they could go downstairs, come upstairs, go downstairs, come upstairs. There was a lot of that. I'm like, how many times do they walk up and down these stairs?
And plus it's Michael Myers, he could probably just go...
Yeah, it's Michael Myers, yeah. I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. There's some cool little moments when you got the... You know, like the Halloween music in the background, like the do-do-do-do-do, whatever it is. Some cool little moments of that. I felt, as the Shape, he was a little bit too cocky at times. Because...
Jamie Lee Curtis was going to go, "You cocky cock!"
But, you know, like, in the originals, like, especially the first one, the whole less is more thing is what works with,
Yep.
with the shape,
Yep.
and it's what works for Michael Myers. You see a lot of Michael Myers in this movie. You see a lot of how he gets to places, which I was kind of like, I was a bit disappointed in, because I just like to think that he just like, he travels by osmosis or something.
Alright, like Bruce Wayne in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I just like to think that he's there, and then he isn't there because he's somewhere else.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he apparates.
Yes, that one. I don't know what that is, but I'll take it.
Ask Ruby tomorrow.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, it was alright.
That's pretty much my, you know, it was okay.
It was a movie.
It wasn't awful.
It didn't disappoint me, but
There
it
were
also
a few good moments in it.
There wasn't as many deaths as I thought there might be.
Yeah, he didn't do that much Michael Myers, and not really.
But what did get me wondering, and I know I've just literally said the complete polar opposite about why I didn't really like some of the movie, like, you do see a lot of Michael Myers, you see a lot of stuff from Michael Myers' perspective, and it kind of got me wondering, I wonder what a Halloween movie would look like completely from the serial killer's perspective. Like, just completely from Michael Myers' perspective. Like, what is he doing when he's not on screen? When people are going to school and having their little teenage angsty chats.
So he's just looking down having a piss.
Like, what actually is Michael Myers doing when we don't see him?
I would watch that movie.
Like, I don't know about a movie, but like maybe a behind the scenes extra on the DVD. Or
It's like Riker walking around and catching Jean-Luc Picard on the toilet.
Yeah, something like that. And it's just like, I was literally sat there, this is how much I enjoyed the movie. I was literally sat there watching this movie thinking, I wonder where he goes. Like, when we don't see him, where does he go?
Where does he sleep?
Where does he sleep?
Where does he fuck?
It's
everywhere! See what I did there? That was right.
That was good. But it's kind of like the whole 24 thing. Like, when the adverts are on, that's when he goes for a pee. Like, what is Michael Myers doing when we don't see him?
I would watch that movie.
But do you really want to see a movie about a serial killer who's just having, like, I don't know, wanks all over the place?
Oh, yeah.
I'd watch that, actually, yeah. it's the best type
Go
of
on
serial
Pornhub,
killer.
there's probably that on there somewhere. Some sick fuck will have made that.
It just got me wondering, and maybe one day we'll get that movie. Like a behind-the-scenes sort of, yeah, I'm a serial killer, and this is what I do in my spare time.
I think we should. Isn't that Dexter? It's pretty much Dexter.
No, that's different, because he's a goodie at heart.
Mm.
Dexter was always a goodie.
So we want an evil fucker. Yeah, I'd watch that. Like, let's make that movie.
Yeah, let's make that. I'm up for that. Like, I think people would watch that. Maybe not.
We'd watch it.
Like, he just trolls Facebook looking for victims. That's not me. That's not me. What you been watching?
Well, we have a little break because I need pee.
So what you been watching?
So, next one. Yeah, I watched something you will not be interested in whatsoever.
Probably.
I watched.
It's happened before.
Yeah, the Peter Jackson film about World War One.
Let's be honest, right? Peter Jackson hasn't made this. He's coloured it in.
He's coloured it in.
He's remastered some black and white footage, and now he's calling it his own.
So you're just trying to vex me.
I'm not trying to vex you, right? I saw this, and I was quite interested in watching it, because it came out round about the anniversary.
Yeah.
The World War One. Yeah.
The anniversary of the whole war.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's the anniversary of the end of the war.
Yeah, the World War One.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like, I was interested. I was like, I'll give that a watch. Like, Peter Jackson's done something different, let's be honest, because he's been making Hobbit movies for, like, the last 60 years. So I was quite interested in watching it, and then I read this, like, whole thing about how the fact that it's just, like, a remastered version of some old black and white footage, and I was like, it's still cool. It's still really cool, and some of the stuff I did see looked great, but I was like, you haven't really made a movie there, have you? He's not really made a movie. He's not Christopher Nolan that made a Dunkirk film, has he? He's just taken somebody else's work, which is kind of what he's famous for, and made it a little bit better. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get a rise out of you.
Feels who you are.
Just let's not call it Peter Jackson's movie.
Well, it was made by Peter Jackson.
Did he film it?
No, he didn't.
There you go.
Because it was 100 years ago.
Yes.
You twat.
Did he do any original stuff for it?
No. It's all restored.
It does look gorgeous.
So basically the way it starts is it starts like footage of before the war started,
right?
And it kind of follows, like it follows different men who, like before the war. And at this point, it's all actual. It's like old footage of them and all that, and just of Britain before the war, basically.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see.
And so it starts off with that, and it goes from this. But it's called "They Shall Not Grow Old."
Yeah.
By the way, and it goes along with this sort of box, grainy footage,
right?
Black and white footage, until they get to Belgium,
right?
To the war.
Is that when it like kicks off?
And then it is beautiful the way it's done, because these guys are arriving. This is actual footage of them in 1914 arriving in Belgium.
So it's not actors; it's actual people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying actors aren't actual people. God, that came out wrong.
Hiya, Toby. Hiya, Samantha.
Jeez. They're not coming on.
Toby will be fine. And Samantha's already been on.
Toby knows his worth.
So it shows them arriving in Belgium, and it's still grainy, and then it sort of morphs. It morphs slowly, and then it kind of like gradually like fills the screen, and then the footage is like it's full. It is full HD, which hasn't been done before.
I know it hasn't.
Full color and HD sound as well,
right?
Which 100% has not been done before.
I know.
I'm just saying.
I'm not taking away what he's done.
Well, you kind of are.
He just hasn't filmed it himself.
But he's gone through fucking all this footage.
It's amazing what he's done. Don't get me wrong.
Film together.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I realise it kind of makes me sound like I'm taking whatever credit away from him. He has done a fantastic job. I've not seen the film, but I've seen clips of it, and it does look fucking incredible. It looks gorgeous, which you kind of expect from Peter Jackson, because he's kind of the best at it when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when people call it a Peter Jackson film, it kind of makes me go,
You're a pissy bastard.
It's like calling Lord of the Rings a Peter Jackson movie. It's a Tolkien movie.
Fuck yourself. Yeah, it is just incredibly well done. I mean, there are times where you're in the trenches with these guys.
Yeah.
Like, it is a beautiful film.
Yeah.
It's really well done. It's really tastefully done. And there are parts of it that are really touching, and it's just you need to see it. Everybody needs to see it.
I do actually fancy it. I am going to say I do actually fancy it, because I did keep seeing that it was coming and everything. And I do. Like, I know we've mentioned before that I'm not exactly historically in the know about. Maybe that's where I should start. Actually watching things that are historically in the know.
That would do it. Yeah.
But this is one that, and to have Peter Jackson's name behind it kind of does make me want to watch it.
I think it's important. To do, and if having Peter Jackson doing it, I'm not saying that's why he did it or anything. I think he did it because, well, I mean, Tolkien was in the trenches, and that's where he came up with the idea for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
When he was in the trenches in World War One, so I'm sure that's that's sort of
he's got a bit of a bond there.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's important to do that kind of thing because it's a war from 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's accessible to people now. It's something that I've always been interested in, but like would Ruby and Scarlet be interested in it?
Well, let's be honest, the way the world is right now, they'd probably be offended by it. They're offended by everything.
Yeah, I think that it's an important thing to do, because although it was 100 years ago, you know, and well, I mean, Christ, before we know it, it'll be 100 years before the Second World War started, and, you know, the Second World War came from the First World War.
Mm-hmm.
And events
it was
after.
a sequel, wasn't it?
It was a sequel, yeah.
Yeah.
Better villain.
Well, could you get a better villain?
Yeah, I think it is important, and I think it's something that, you know, like, not to be like patronising or anything, but I think it's something that, like, you know, as a parent, I think it's something that you should make sure your kids know about.
I don't know about it. How am I going to make sure they know about it?
Don't just fucking guess.
Say something though, right? And you're going to give me like mad parent points and mad Smurf points or Chris points. You're going to give me mad points for this.
Okay.
The school that Scarlett goes to, Holy Trinity, they took the kids to the Maltons to watch a film. It was an animated movie about a dog during the First World War. It was all to tie in. It was like a couple of weeks ago. So it was like tying in with like the anniversary and everything. And oh my god, because there's like, apparently it's very real. Like it's animated about a dog during the First World War, but apparently it's very real. Like people obviously dying, soldiers dying and stuff like that. Some of the parents were kicking off before they even went to see it. They hadn't seen the movie. They didn't know anything about it. All they knew was the kids were going to see this movie that is quite graphic. It is quite upsetting because of the story matter, the subject matter. Mm-hmm. And some of the parents were like, no. A couple of parents even opted out, didn't let their kids go and see it. Now, me, being, you know, the cool-ass dad I am, I was like, no, like, if you want to go and watch a movie, like an animated movie where people get killed, go and watch it. But that wasn't the thing, like, to me, it was like you say, I know I'm quite flippant about it most times. Mostly it's just for a bit of humour and sarcasm. I think you might know that. I think you might know that.
I refuse to believe that.
Mostly I'm trying to press your buttons. But, like, I know these things are important. I know that historically we do need to know about them. I don't know as much as I should know about it, but I'm very aware that they should. That Ruby and Scarlet, Cora, the kids of today need to know that shit, because, let's be honest, we're getting far too fucking soft as we are. So knowing about that stuff is, they have to know. They do have to know. Plus, we're pretty much heading that way again.
Well, that's the big thing is, like, I don't think World War One would happen again, because it was all, what a bunch of bastards.
I know.
You know, it was all like bloody treaties and okay, so if somebody gets you, we're going to get them, and you know, all that shit, and it was just like bloody dominoes. So I don't think that would happen again, but World War II could easily happen again.
Oh, it's imminent.
And if you don't know that, if you don't know that these things happened and how they happened, how do you stop it happening again?
Exactly. It is important. I'm fully with you. And that's why I let the Ben go and watch the movie. Plus, it was a cartoon, so how graphic could it be?
Was it graphic? Did you go? No.
I didn't go to see it. I would have loved to have gone to see it, but, well, I'm not one of the parents that they look to go and see these things. You know, like when they ask for volunteers, parents to go and chaperone, I'm not really top of the list, to be fair.
Racist.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, so They Shall Not Grow Old. I do recommend that you watch it, Kev, and I recommend that everybody. I'm sure it will still be available. I'm assuming it was available in America.
Tell you what, because you're passionate and because you try to drum this shit into me all the time, I'm going to watch that.
Good lad.
That wasn't patronising, was it? No. I'll give it a watch.
Right.
So,
go.
From a muckle, sappy, depressing, black and white, turned into colour, not Peter Jackson's movie, to another movie that I watched. Yeah, Peppermint. Have you seen Peppermint?
What the hell is that? I've never
This
heard
is
of it.
a new movie with Jennifer Garner, Ben Affleck's ex-bae. Did you know they'd split up?
What the fuck did you just say?
Ex-bae. It's what the kids are saying. I don't want to offend them, so I have to use their terms.
Fuck the lot of them, and don't ever say that again.
Squeeze.
That's fine.
Aye. Jennifer Garner is in this movie called Peppermint. It's a great fucking movie. It is. It got me. As a father, as a parent, as a human being, this one actually got me.
Damn.
The premise is it's kind of Taken, but with a female in the lead. Jennifer Garner's great. She was great in Elektra. The movie was terrible, but she is great. She kicks ass.
Never seen Elektra.
So basically, she's living as sort of a suburban mum. She's got the kid. She's got the husband, and they're a little bit less well off than the people around them. That's sort of like the backstory, and it leads to the fact that the dad is about to embark on a job that is pretty illegal.
All right, okay.
So to make a bit of extra cash, because his dead-end garage job isn't paying the bills. So that's kind of happening, and she works at the bank, and she kind of goes into work, and the boss is like, you're going to have to stay late tonight. And she's like, I can't stay late, it's my kid's birthday. And he's like, look, you said you wanted extra money, you wanted the extra hours, you're staying late. You know, that old chestnut. So she stays late, but she's going to meet them later on, and they end up going to the fairground for the kid's birthday. And to cut a long story short, I mean, it pretty much happens right there. The father and the daughter are gunned down horrifically.
Oh shit.
It's basically to do with the fact that he phones his mate to tell him, look, I'm not joining you on the job, it's not worth it.
Oh, right.
He's
okay.
like, I mean, it's not worth it. But then it cuts to the gangsters who they were doing the job against have caught the friend. They've got the voicemail, and they're not bothered. They don't care. You've got to go and sort them out. He has to die.
Oh.
So in the process, they kill the child. Jennifer Garner sees all this. She witnesses everything. She ends up taking a bullet. She kind of goes into hospital for a little bit. And then when she comes to, she identifies the 3 guys in the car. Case closed. She's identified them. They'll go to court, and the justice system will do its business. Not quite. Obviously, it's a movie, so that would be boring. They basically get away with it because obviously the cartels and stuff are in with the police, they're in with the judges, they're in with all that, so they get away with it. They basically walk free, even though she testifies against them, IDs them and everything. And then she disappears. She's on the way to the hospital or something like that. I'm sure like she has an outburst in the courtroom, so the judge, being an awesome guy, sentences her to like the psych ward in a fucking hospital or something.
Pretty sure that's illegal.
Pretty sure it is, but it's a movie, so it works. So she escapes and then disappears. 5 years later, cuts to 5 years' time, and lo and behold, some of the people involved in the case and some of the baddies are turning up dead. And she's back in town.
Damn.
Yeah. She done went away for 5 years. She done trained up on guns. She done trained up on fighting. She is a badass mofo coming back for revenge, and the movie is pretty fucking good.
It sounds good.
She kicks ass.
It's a bit the Brave one-y.
Yep, a lot of the Brave one, a lot of everything like that's coming out right now. Taking the commuter, like all those Liam Neeson movies, like The Purge. There's a lot of that going on. She's a total badass. She just wants, justice for her family, and she's not going to get it the right way, so she's going to get it the wrong way.
I am 100% going to watch that.
Really good film. She is fantastic. It's great to see Jennifer Garner.
She is really, really underrated.
Well, remember back in the day, I think it was Dark Angel, Alias. She was in the TV show Alias.
I never watched it. That was like about Jessica Jones, wasn't it?
Bit like Jessica Jones, but she was great in that, and she kicked ass in that as well.
Yeah, I never watched that, but like if you think about, $1 million baby, and all that kind of thing, she's a phenomenal actress.
Well, that was Hilary Swank, but I'll let you off.
Was it Hilary Swank?
Yeah.
I thought it was Jennifer Garner.
No.
Is that like bloody Jason Clarke, Joel Kinnaman territory?
Yeah, they both look like lesbians.
Yeah. Wow, shit, okay.
No.
Is it really? Was that really?
Yeah, that was Hilary Swank.
Are you sure?
She won an Oscar for that. That was definitely Hilary Swank.
I think it was Jennifer Garner.
It wasn't Jennifer Garner.
I'm going to IMDb that shit. I don't believe
Why
you.
do you do this when we're recording? Because you look like an idiot, and I'll leave it in.
Yep. I'm going to have to make sure, though. I think you're taking the piss.
Okay. But yeah, Jennifer Garner is fantastic in it. She's really good with guns, really good fighter. I know, you are gutted. But I recommend you watch it.
I am going to watch that.
It's a little bit by the numbers.
Yep.
But sometimes by the numbers is good when you've got a good leading female in there. You are devastated, aren't you? Hilary Swank, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Bless you.
Nah, suck my balls. Right. Okay. I've only got one more movie to talk about, and I know that you have seen this movie also. Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favourite Marvel project this year.
That is mental.
That is mental. Considering we've had Avengers, Infinity Wars, we've had Ant-Man and the Wasp, we've had Deadpool 2.
Black Panther? Was Black Panther this year?
Black Panther was like February. We've had a pretty good year for Marvel movies. I've not loved them all, obviously. But we've had a good year for Marvel movies, but Venom stole my heart. Venom did steal my heart.
Right. I enjoyed the movie. I don't know where all the hatred is coming from.
I don't get it.
Internet.
I don't get it.
I don't get that at all. I think it was a serviceable movie. I think Tom
does the job.
I was going to say Tom Holland. That Hilary Swank thing has completely fucked me up now. Tom Hardy is fucking great in it.
He's great.
The accent didn't irk me as much as I thought.
Accent.
From the trailer, I thought, but it wasn't that bad at all. Venom itself looked great.
Yeah,
I got on way better with it than I thought I was going to.
And we saw way more of Venom than I thought we would see.
Yeah.
Like, I know we didn't see the whole of Venom a whole great deal. It was more towards the end of the movies, but we got to see a lot of the symbiote coming out of him and everything. But I was kind of even very early on, I'm like, I didn't think we were going to see... I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you. I thought we were going to see Venom right at the end of the movie. The last fight. I thought that's when they're going to break out Venom. And the fact that they broke him in like half an hour into the movie, I'm like, yeah, I'm in, I'm sold. This is great. Fantastic. I love it.
Yeah. What I didn't get away with was...
Tell me.
I'm gonna. was the end of the movie.
The buddy thing.
The buddy cop.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Banter.
I'll give you that. But
when they're sort of walking into the sunset kind of thing. I mean, I suppose we're in territory of bloody spoilers, but whatever. That annoyed me. That was just cheesy as fuck.
I will give you that. It's a shame because that is the sort of thing that they do in Spider-Man. But in the Spider-Man movies, they do it very well. You know, Peter Parker talking to himself. They do it very well when he's sort of like talking to himself. It's almost like he's talking to us as he's doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you ever read a Spider-Man graphic novel, it's mostly that.
Yeah.
It's mostly Spider-Man or Peter Parker mulling shit over in his head.
I think I maybe would have preferred they did that. But then how do you do it with the two voices? I think it's the fact that it's the two voices.
I get it. And the rest of the movie, it didn't piss me off. You know, like when he calls him a pussy.
Yeah, that was great.
That was fucking great. But it was just the banter at the end between him and him. Yeah,
and the quickness of it as well.
Yeah,
like I did genuinely love the movie. But 1 minute they're sort of in the forest arguing. Venom's like, I'm going to take over. I'm going to do this because you can't do it. I'm doing it. And then the next minute they were working together in sync very well.
Yeah.
And it was like, what made you change your mind? And he's like, you changed my mind, Eddie. You changed my mind. And that was the point that I was kind of like, because he was very much like, I'm going to go back to my home planet. We're going to come back and we're going to decimate you. That's the way this is going to go. And then 2 minutes later, right, Eddie, I'm going to help you. We're going to save your planet. Yeah.
That aside, the rest of the movie was perfectly fine. The bit where was it Carnage?
At the very end?
The big bad. The big bad Carnage?
The big bad was Riot.
Was it Riot? Right, okay. I thought it was
the saving carnage. Did you watch the end credits?
No.
There's a post-credit scene.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bugger.
With Woody Harrelson.
Oh. God, he's in every old fucking shit now,
Isn't he?
Yeah, okay. So, right, I didn't watch the end credits.
No, the big bad was Riot.
Right. Mm-hmm. I see. But the bit where they're fighting in that,
yeah,
and like, you know, Eddie Brock keeps on getting like knocked out of him, and
let's be honest, that could have looked horrific.
It looks bloody good.
That could have really looked bad, and you're right, they nailed it. They nailed that. It looked great.
I suppose if that is the set piece of the movie,
yeah,
which it was,
it pretty much is, yeah. That and the motorbike chase.
I wasn't crazy about the motorbike chase.
Oh man, I loved that.
Wasn't crazy about that, if truth be told.
Okay. Did you not love it when Tom Hardy's kind of like, oh man, that was really cool, I've got to be honest, and then they like crashed into the guy? I thought it was cool.
Meh. I mean, I am pleased that you enjoyed it.
I really did, and you know what, man? It was different. Like in a sea of superhero movies that right now, because DC isn't exactly doing their best work. You know, in a sea of all that.
A couple of weeks' time.
Yep, a couple of weeks. Next week.
Next week? I thought it was the 21st.
12th.
Oh, shit.
You did message me saying the 21st, and I was like, And
then you thought, oh, it's not replying to him. Rude.
Did I not reply?
No.
Blue ticket, sorry.
You double blue ticked me, you bastard.
It's the tail of the tape, I'm sorry. It has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, DC hasn't exactly been top of their game. I'll wholeheartedly admit that. Aquaman's coming soon. It's going to save everything, I'm telling you now. It's going to save everything. But, I mean...
You kind of went a bit Trump there. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to save everything, I'm telling you. I know. But,
Why
yeah.
did he sound Irish there?
I don't know. But yeah, Venom for me was very different. Like a good chunk of it was like what we said about Henry Cavill in Batman vs Superman, the theatrical cut. You didn't really get enough detective-y stuff.
Yeah.
You kind of get that in Venom. You get Tom Hardy going around being an investigative journalist. You know, quite a bit, in fact. Even after he becomes Venom, he's still sort of doing the grunt work.
Yeah.
And I like that. It just felt a bit different. Really, I wanted... Did you ever see the short one that Ali Shankar did of Venom?
No.
No,
I didn't.
Ryan Quantan from True Blood. He played Suki's brother.
Oh, yeah. I did not know that existed.
He plays a great Eddie Brock. So it's kind of like, in that, it's a film crew is following Eddie Brock, and they're doing like a documentary, and it's only like a 15-minute thing. It's kind of like the Punisher thing they did, the Power Rangers thing they did. So film crew's following Eddie Brock, and he's kind of on his last legs as a journalist. It's nobody's really touching his work, kind of thing. But you can see there's like some sort of dark edge going on in there. That he keeps on alluding to it, but he's not really telling them what's going on. And it's not until the very last second of the movie that you realise he's Venom. Like they save it right.
Is that
to
on the
end.
YouTubes?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a look at that.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, cool.
But it's like very like he's a journalist. It's very film noir type thing. It's black and white. You might as well be saying dames. You know, that was kind of what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And I didn't totally get that, but I got a sense of that, which I think is why I loved it. I was just like, this is what I was hoping for.
I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I didn't have a bad time watching the movie. It looked solid.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy's Tom Hardy.
And it's got an Eminem theme tune right at the end.
Oh, fucking fantastic.
Venom.
That was shit.
That song?
It's shit. Get away.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Actually, a bit of news that I forgot to put on my list. Apparently, you know how the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is coming out now in a minute?
Yeah.
Apparently, they almost cast Tobey Maguire.
Oh, so you say Eminem.
As
old Peter Parker.
Parker.
Yeah, I read that
and
as
they
well.
didn't.
They totally should have.
They totally should have.
Even if just for the nod, for the the homage, you might as well. Mm-hmm. They should have done that.
I'm not going to watch it now.
Should have had him as old Peter Parker, and then like slightly younger but still older Andrew Garfield as Peter.
And cooler.
Yeah, and then like Tom Holland as like baby Peter Parker.
Bless him. Aye, so that's the last film I've got to talk about.
I got one more movie.
On you go.
One more movie. I watched it a couple of nights ago. The Filmmakers Podcast, friends of ours, really good friends. Giles Alderson over there, he's doing great work. He kind of does like what we do with the Indie Talk, where he goes a little bit more in depth. He's a little bit more serious with the filmmaking side of things. He had these guys on. He had the director and one of the actors on. It's a movie called The Bromley Boys. It's
I've heard of that, I think.
It's sort of low budget, independent British movie. All British actors that you know and you've seen them in. Jonathan Creek is in there.
Alan Davis.
Alan Davis, that's the one. It's about a kid who, when he's like 14, discovers a local football team called Bromley. It's where he lives. That's the local team, and they're shit. They are absolute shit. But he falls in love with them, and it's like anybody growing up. You know, you have your Celtic. Me, not so much. Like, I supported Newcastle when I was younger. Obviously, you don't support the team that keeps losing, though, so you just drop them like hot sick. But he loves Bromley. He goes to the pitch every week. He knows everybody on the team. He knows everything about them, and he's just in love with them. And that's basically what the movie is. They're having the worst season possible, but it's all about not losing your faith in your local team and about loving your team. He could have supported Manchester, he could have supported Leeds, but he supports Bromley. It's a great little film.
Sounds like a nice little film, aye.
It's proper feel good. I think it's set in the 80s, like late 70s, early 80s. So you've got like that vintage feel to it. Everybody's wearing the old big managers' jackets, the big brown managers' jackets. And like I say, the cast is very British. You have Jamie Foreman in there from Layer Cake and pretty much every other British film ever. Great actor. Danny Midwinter, who is in 24 Little Hours. Paul Knight's 24 Little Hours. He's in there. He's in Landscape of Lies as well. He's in there. Marty McCutcheon plays his mum, who I was kind of like sat there and I was like, holy shit, Marty McCutcheon's like still getting jobs. Wow. She's actually really good in it. I was kind of just like, you're really good.
That's not on my playlist.
What? Marty McCutcheon, this is my moment. There was a list of, you know how Hobie did that thing about sexiest movies?
Yeah.
I read it the same as you, by the way.
Good, thank you.
Because I went looking for like lists of like sexist movies, because I couldn't think of anything offhand, obviously.
Well, I immediately went to Transformers.
And you know what was like, you know what was in the top 5 of this list of like top 20 most sexist movies? Love Actually. Would you call that a sexist movie?
I'd call it a shit movie.
It is a shit movie, but would you call that a sexist movie?
No, I don't think so.
Obviously, I bring that up because Marty McCutcheon's in that as well.
Yeah, I
But-
don't.
But yeah, this is a fantastic little film. It's kind of like, remember Mike Bassett, England manager?
Yeah.
It's a typical...
Or the one with Michael Sheen in it.
The Damned United.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
great movie.
film. He's fantastic. in
And
that.
Timothy Spall.
Bloody Don Revy. But yeah, it's just a really nice little movie. It's got
Cool Mini.
Yes. It's got a fantastic little soundtrack. I loved the movie. I really did. And the kid playing the main character, I'm not sure who he is. Possibly it could be his first movie. I'm probably wrong there. He's fantastic. Just everybody's good in it.
Yeah.
And I think, it's one that I want people to seek out. Like, it's very small, it's very low budget. But I think if you look it out, you're going to find a gem there.
Yeah.
I certainly did.
I'll give that a watch. It sounds... Yeah, it just sounds like a nice little movie.
It is, and it's like anything set in that era. It warms your cockles. It does.
Bless.
It's like a nice warm cup of tea.
You emotional fool.
Sometimes I am, not often, but sometimes. Who am I kidding? All the time.
If it's Hey Arnold.
But yeah, Bromley Boys, please check it out. I really enjoyed it. And Alan Davis is great in it. And Adam Deacon does not get the credit he deserves. He mostly does like rude boy yardie roles. So like he was in Kidulthood back in the day, Noel Clarke's movie.
Yep.
He was in Another Hood. I'm sure he actually directed that one as well. But he normally plays like the London bad boy, rude boy yardie. You know, speaks really fast. He's got the London slang and all that. in this, he's a player on the team. Very, very, very understated role for him. He's not playing it over the top. He's just playing a decent little role. He's not a main character, but he's there. And I was kind of like, holy shit, Adam Deacon. Normally he's like front and center giving it this, but no, he's brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, I was surprised by that. What have you been watching?
Okay, so TV show time. Now again, same as last time, Red Dead has, really
not for me though.
Not for you, no. So I'm assuming your list is going to be like miles long.
No, I've only got one TV show. So.
Oh, blimey, I've got 3. So yeah, the first one I want to mention is American Horror Story Apocalypse.
Is that show still going?
Oh yes, very much so. So this was the 2018 installment of it, but I actually think it's one of the best seasons they've done.
So what's this one about?
So
the last one was the cult with the presidency thing.
Yes, nothing to do with that whatsoever.
Well, very rarely is.
Yeah, but on this one, they do tie back to previous seasons.
Oh yes, I read about this. The baby, a baby from the first series.
The
gimpy leather guy.
That's not in the first.
Is that the second series?
Think so.
Right. Yeah, I read something.
Yeah. So this one.
Do tell me.
This one starts off in the apocalypse.
Okay.
As you do, because it's called Apocalypse.
Makes sense.
So basically, there are
X-Men.
There are. Don't fucking start. Don't start with me. So there are sort of sanctuaries,
right,
around America. Pardon me. And so we get introduced to our characters. They are being sort of shipped to. They're all kind of being picked up and shipped to one of the sanctuaries, and that's how the series starts. So, sort of. Basically, the guy who kind of is in charge of them all turns up. He's called Michael.
Okay.
And he's got long curly hair. Oh, that was offensive.
Wasn't it?
I know, yeah.
You cannot assume someone's gender.
I cannot. That was good, the Titanic one.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, so he turns up and everything kicks off. Half of them are killed.
Ooh.
Because there's something all spooky in that about him. And then it flashes right back to before the apocalypse and everything. And have you watched any of the American Horror Stories, or what was the last season you watched?
Christ, I did 1, I did 2, I did the Witches. I did the Witches.
Right, so that's the one you need to know about with this.
Right.
Because they come back.
Okay.
It flashes right back to the Coven.
Cool.
And so the story builds and builds, and it basically just becomes this big battle between the witches versus the Antichrist. Because Michael is the Antichrist.
Of course he is.
And it's really fucking good.
Played by Quicksilver. Peter Evans? Evan Davis?
No. He is in it.
Who plays the Antichrist then?
Not him.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, go with that. No, it's not him. I don't know who the guy is.
He is the Antichrist.
Who plays him? Jessica Lange is back in it. She's just a great actress.
Isn't it weird how, like, even though she's getting on a bit.
Oh, you still would?
She's still a totally sexy bitch, like.
Helen Mirren, you still would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, is Connie Britton back?
Who?
Connie Britton.
Who?
Connie Britton.
Who?
Coach Taylor's wife.
What the fuck? I don't know who.
From series 1, the mum. The main character from series 1, the mum.
I can't remember series 1. It was fucking years ago.
I'm sure she's been on other ones as well.
Probably.
She's in Nashville as well.
I don't know what that is, Kev.
I know, neither do I. I just know she's in it.
Alright, okay.
Anyway, she's in Friday Night Lights. Come on then. Sorry.
You'd have to watch some shite.
I know, I do.
Yeah, so it becomes the whole big battle with like the Coven versus Michael, who's the devil's son, and all of his kind of his minions and that. Yeah, it is really fucking good, and it kind of it's flashed back. I think it flashed back in like episode 3 or something, and then it doesn't come to like. It doesn't meet up until I think maybe the second last episode, and the whole thing is like about the Coven trying to survive, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with him, how to beat him, how to fight him. It's really, really good.
That actually sounds pretty interesting.
I'm Sarah Paulson, obviously.
Lady Gaga in it?
No,
thank God.
No, she's not.
Thank God.
She's not.
Is it the original Coven? Is it the lassie Emma Roberts? No, she died, didn't she? Is it Violet? Violet from the first series, who was the daughter that was dead the whole time, and then she was a witch. Is she right? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah. The original Coven are all back because it's a flashback.
And
so her with the mental,
chubby one.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. They're all back because of flashback.
Because of flashbacks. Okay. That's how that works.
It's really good, honestly. It is. I really enjoyed the Asylum one.
I love the Asylum.
For me, that was the strongest season that they did.
Yeah.
But this one completely blew that out of the water.
Yeah.
It felt fucking epic. Not because of any big set pieces or anything, but they just did it really, really well, building him up.
Right.
As, because they do other flashbacks to him as a kid and how he kind of just was a little bastard and then went from that to, the ultimate bastard.
Yeah.
And they do an amazing job of building him up into just what feels like this unstoppable demon, to where you're thinking, oh, what would Buffy do? Had to do it.
I'm sure everybody was thinking that.
But crossover. But yeah, it was really well done. It felt fucking epic. Yeah.
Is this the last American Horror Story?
No.
No.
I saw a headline. I didn't open it because I didn't want any spoilers, but apparently it said that the witches will be back. So I don't know if they're doing American Horror Story Coven 2 or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I really do think that you should watch it if you were fancying going back to American Horror Story. It's not really like it used to be. Like, they bring it out around Halloween.
Yeah,
and it used to be like a thing, oh, this is fucking freaky. Like the bloody one with the clown.
Yeah, Mr. Twisty.
Yeah, that freaked me the hell out. But it's not really that anymore. It kind of was with the hotel one, but the hotel one was shit.
I've kind of been told that if I go back to it, because obviously I did up to the witches, I think I did like half of Freak Show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I only did about half of that, and I wasn't that bothered with it. But I've been told if I was to go back, to skip the hotel and to skip Roanoke, just skip those two.
Yeah,
and watch the rest.
Roanoke was okay. Last year's one, the cult one, was very good.
Yeah, I've been told that I can't skip that one because that's amazing.
Because Evan Peters or Peter Evans,
and it is what's happening right now.
Yeah, basically. But he's great in it.
Mm-hmm. Heard he's very enigmatic.
Yes. Well done.
Coming out with big words tonight.
Word of the day, toilet paper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's American Horror Story. It is damn good. And you go.
I have one TV show, and I think you may have already talked about this. I'm not sure. It's on the second series, but I've only just started watching the first series on Netflix. It's a TV show called Sinner.
I have watched the first series of that.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
5 episodes into the first series. I only started watching it last night. Not gonna lie.
Is it Bill Pullman's in that?
Bill Pullman is great. Like that guy's still got something. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say he's still got it, because he never really was that great of an actor. Like, no, he wasn't. Let's be honest. Apart from fucking the president,
He was good in Titanic.
Was he in that?
No.
Bill Paxton was in that, wasn't he? Oh, is that the joke? Right, okay. I never made that mistake ever. Let's be honest. But no, like I'm really loving it. Jessica Biel is not someone that I rate. I won't lie. But in this, she's fantastic. Mm-hmm. She's sold me straight away. Like that scene on the beach in the first episode. Like, damn, damn. I'm absolutely loving it. It's a great little show. I don't want to say too much about it. I know it's like on its second series already, but like the first series basically. Right, you've watched it. Is there an MK Ultra kind of thing going on? Has she been brainwashed?
I can't remember.
Damn.
It was about a year ago that I watched it. I really can't remember.
Like I say, it's on the second series.
And it was one that I did thoroughly enjoy it, and I binged it like a son of a bitch. But the thing is, when you binge it like a son of a bitch, you forget it.
Yeah.
I remember the bit in the beach. I can't remember a great deal other than that, though.
Yes, so basically, for anybody who would fancy watching it, she's like a mum, she's a wife, and she's on the beach with her husband. A song gets played by a group of kids, and she stabs the absolute living shit out of one of them.
Yeah.
And you kind of don't know why. It's interesting because instead of trying to figure out who did it, you're just really trying to figure out why they did it. Which I've not really seen done.
I think it is like a sort of trigger thing that they do, but I
only say that because there was a scene where Bill Pullman is speaking to her in the interrogation room, and he plays the song on the phone, and she attacks him. And then when he plays the CCTV back, she attacks him in exactly the same way she attacked the kid on the beach. So like she punches him like 7 times in exactly the same places. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yep. I've listened to enough conspiracy guys to know that there's some MK Ultra bullshit going on here. But I don't know because I'm not that far on yet.
I am really struggling to remember.
I'll get there though, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
it's probably best you don't tell me because that would be a spoiler.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
yeah.
But Jessica Biel is actually really good in it. Someone I really don't rate. Justin Timberlake's wife, by the way.
Huh?
Yeah.
Lucky bitch.
I know, right? Scratch your fucking eyes out. But yeah, she's great at it. Bill Pullman is fucking fantastic in it. He's really good in it. Like I think there's like a bit of a dark history kind of past story that we're gonna get with him.
Yeah, is season 2 her again?
I don't know because I did notice that it's called something different. Like this one is called Cora, and this because that's obviously her name. And the second season's called Julian or something.
Oh right.
So I'm assuming it's not about her. Okay. I don't know.
I really, really, genuinely can't remember what bloody happens.
But I'm loving it. If you've got Netflix and you're looking for something pretty fucking engaging, to be honest, it's pretty original. Give it a go.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I am gonna hit up season 2. I do remember being addicted like hell to season 1.
Great.
Just can't remember why.
Yeah.
Trigger.
Oh. Nice.
So I've got 2 more things to talk about, but they're kind of the same show, kind of.
Is it CSI Miami and CSI LA?
No. Okay. That would be stupid.
Chicago PD and Chicago Med?
No. They're 2 true crime documentaries. So the first one is The Staircase.
I'll watch that, yeah.
And the second one is called...
Think he did it?
Yes.
100%.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. He was laughing way too much.
You know what it is as well, right? He was a smug, arrogant bastard.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't do it, I hope he still gets sent down for it and he still fucking dies in jail.
Right.
Oh, we've watched the whole thing. I can't remember how it ends, but we have watched. He gets out.
They added new.
Have they added
episodes
new? Since when?
Pretty much the last couple of weeks.
Oh shit! Right, we'll have to go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he out? He's out, isn't he?
Yeah.
What a cunt.
The other show is The Investigator, a British crime story. This one was really fucking good. So it's about an investigator.
Never.
Shit.
I hate when they do that.
I know,
they give away the whole show in the title.
So it's a guy who is hired by the daughter of a woman who, like, disappeared way back.
Who's in it?
I think it's a documentary, buddy.
Oh, that's fine then.
Yeah.
So no one.
Stupid idiot. Tom Hardy plays the investigator.
I would watch that. I'm watching that. Tom Hardy should be in everything. Oh, Taboo, season 2.
I think I finished season 1.
I never even started.
Yeah.
I saw the scene where he's in the river and he's all naked, and I was like, that's enough for me.
All right. So you just screenshotted that, and then that's
I screenshotted his wang, and I was like, that's enough for me.
Yeah. So you got that on one screen and bloody Ben Affleck in the shower in BBS.
I've already seen everything.
Yeah. Aye. So it's about her mother, a woman who just basically vanished completely out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad is locked up for her murder.
Oh, nice.
And
these are all the rage, aren't they?
They are. They are. But there's a reason, because it's fucking addictive.
Yeah, it is.
So the investigator is basically trying to find out what the hell happened, because the dad is basically a fucking compulsive liar. You don't know exactly if he's attention seeking or if he actually did it. It's a whole messed up situation where he brought I think it was in the 80s when it was all going on and that. He brought his mistress into the house, into the family home.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a whole thing of, like, they went on a sailing holiday, and the guy faked his own death.
Nice.
To do an insurance claim.
Mm-hmm.
And the lawyer was involved with it.
Is this the one with the guy in the canoe? A couple of years ago, like he kind of just turned up in a canoe.
I have no idea what that is.
No, it might not be.
I don't remember any canoes.
Carry on.
Yeah. You've been having dreams.
Possibly.
Hell.
I've never one of those in years.
Yeah, anyway, so it's twisty turny as hell, but it's a true story. The whole thing is true. And I mean, like, well, spoilers. No, I'm not going to give you spoilers. I'm not going to give you spoilers. Yeah, it's twisty turny as hell. It's really engaging. Like, I watched it in, I think, maybe about 3 nights.
Nice.
But it's just, the whole story is really messed up.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. And again, the whole thing is true. Every single part of it happened.
These things are really popular right now. Like, we're loving this. Like, the more fucked up we find out that our justice system and that our fucking police are, we just can't get enough of these series, can we?
But, like, there was no real mess ups. There was no cock ups with the evidence or anything
just
like
him
that.
Being a lying bastard.
He confessed to it and he went to jail. But then he was like, "Oh, my confession wasn't true," and then changed it to a different confession. And then he said that wasn't true. It's just a joke.
I love people like that.
Yeah.
I was just doing it for the lols.
Man,
I love
just the bants.
I love people like that. It's just so cool.
Yeah, so he's a piece of shit, but did he kill her? Did he not kill her? Did someone else kill her? Did she just run away? The whole thing is really fucked up.
Staircase guy definitely did it though.
Yeah. I mean, that was addictive as hell as well. But yeah, he definitely did it.
100% he did it. He's a twat. Every time he was talking to the camera, I just wanted to punch the TV. I was like him out of South Park. You liar! You fake! You phony! You did it! That was me the whole time. Right? Okay.
Damn.
Is that all you've been watching?
That's it. That's it. And Red Dead.
Yeah. I can't.
Not for you.
Fuck Red Dead. You know what? Fuck Rockstar. Who does an update that kills your game?
I've not heard it. Has that been happening to other people?
Other people have been getting it. I mean, I did have
no
to.
fix for it.
I had to Google it. Apparently, there is a fix. Guess what? Didn't work for me. Tried it. Didn't work. Yeah, twats.
Blimey.
Fuck Rockstar.
It's not
So,
what you want.
would you like to move on?
Will we talk about just the pilot?
We will talk about just the pilot.
Yeah.
First, I'll play just the promo.
Oh, well, I like that.
Don't forget, guys, if you are looking for a stylish pair of headphones that, are going to revolutionize your listening pleasures of podcasts, going to really make those ears, it's going to tickle your earbuds. You're going to be walking down the street a happy person because you've got top quality sound coming through those ears. My voice right now probably sounds nice and velvety through these damn things. You need to go to studio.studio.com. Get yourself there. Use the promo code 365flicks, all caps locks, get yourself 15% off. You're going to discover a whole new way of listening to podcasts. Hell, listening to music, in fact. It's all gravy from here. It's like you're sat in the booth with us. And who doesn't want that? Yeah, again, www.studio, S-U-D-I-O. Top quality headphones. Get yourself on there. 365 flicks. Caps lock. In the show notes to this episode, you will find a cheeky little link that will take you straight there, and all you've got to do is find the pair you want. And this promo won't last forever, so get it done. These things are style and tech, and you don't often get that in your leading brands. So episode still in progress. Just the pilot. What did you think?
So it was Terrorism, Close Calls. Yeah, I don't really like it.
Right. I've been trying to figure out how I word this, because this could get me in trouble. This show, Terrorism Close Calls, is basically about terror attacks that don't happen because they get in time and they stop it. The first one was about a subway attack that was imminent in New York. They follow the guy for a couple of weeks. This bit was interesting, like the fact that they followed him for so long.
It was from like Denver all the way across the country to New York.
And it's sort of like, we could get him, but we don't know who else he's involved with. There might be other cells involved, and it's like the whole FBI, the local NYPD and all that working together, watching this guy because they know he's going to do something, right? So you've got that. The whole investigation is pretty interesting to see how they have to do things, because obviously there's protocol. It's just not fucking interesting, though, because they're going to catch him, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Am I being a sadistic fuck? Am I being dark as hell because I wasn't that interested because I knew they were going to catch him?
No, I mean, I wasn't interested either, but not probably for that, but I found it quite boring.
Like, anything you watch about 9/11, you watch infinite amount of shows about 9/11. Lumen Tower is basically about 9/11. It's interesting because you kind of already know the outcome.
Same with like shows about Titanic.
Shows about Titanic, the ship's going to sink. Those towers are going to come down. The Unabomber thing, that TV show that was out, that was brilliant. You that actually happened, and the guy either got away with it or they caught him later on. That's interesting. The thrill of catching someone who's already done the crime. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, well, I know you're going to catch him. I know there's not going to be an explosion at the end of the show because you're going to catch him. Where's the interest for me? Is that bad? Is that a jaded way to look at the world?
Maybe a little bit.
Like, I'm not really interested because I know you're going to catch him. There's not, for me, in a roundabout way, there's no real payoff. Is that bad? That's bad, isn't it?
If your payoff is the terrorist succeeding.
Not the terrorist succeeding, right?
Well,
Don't get me wrong.
You said you wanted to see an explosion, which means the terrorist has succeeded.
Okay, in a roundabout way, it's the terrorist succeeding, right? I want them to catch him.
And by the way, both of our iPhones are going mental on someone's screen in America right now.
I want them to catch the bad guys. But is it wrong to want the bad guy to win a little bit? Is that wrong?
I think that guy's kind of a little bit wrong.
Is it though? Because it makes more interesting TV. Because that TV show, Terrorism, Close Calls, isn't interesting.
No.
Because the whole time it's like, okay, you're following him. I know you're going to catch him. Where's my payoff?
Yeah. It is a little bit fucked up.
I know it is, and I felt bad for thinking that. And I thought, right, I'll give the second episode a try. And I got 10 minutes into
I didn't even get... I think I got about halfway through the first episode.
It's not well put together either. It's pretty... It's
and
pretty
it's your
shoddily
usual
put together.
American, like...
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, like... almost as if the producers are thinking, there's no payoff, so let's put some action sounds in here. Let's get some blink, 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 blink.
They might think Jack Bauer's going to come out.
Is that messed up, though?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that. That's my problem. That's nothing to do with other people out there. I'm sure the show's getting good ratings and people are enjoying it. But just know nothing's going to happen. That's all I'm saying. It's like watching the first 6 series of Sopranos. Nothing's really going to happen.
But it's still awesome.
Oh, it's still awesome.
You can't say that about this.
Okay. It's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Except there's no payoff.
Because the paint doesn't explode.
I shouldn't say payoff, should I?
You really should stop saying payoff.
Okay, there's no happy end. Oh. Okay, would you like to move on?
I really would.
I think we've realised that this is not the show for us. Probably the first Just the Pilot in a while. That is just not the show for us.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to move on to? For just the pilot, not the next segment.
For just the pilot, yes. The next one that we are going to watch is, this is a show I had no idea existed.
Oh,
aye.
I like them.
So it is on Sky. It was actually on Sky last month. I'm not sure when it aired in America. I'm not. But so the show is called Kidding.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Kidding. Oh, is this the Jim Carrey thing?
It stars Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of those.
Yeah. So American icon and children's entertainer Jeff, a.k.a. Mr. Pickles, struggles to cope with the real world.
A.k.a. Mr. Pickles.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like Death to Smoochie. Did you ever watch that? Death to Smoochie with Edward Norton?
No.
It's where he plays a big purple dinosaur.
Oh, blimey.
Called Smoochie. And he's like the kid's sort of favourite, but the guy before him as the kid's sort of favourite entertainer is Robin Williams, in fact. He plays a guy called Rainbow Randolph.
Right.
Really good film. Excellent film, in fact. Kind of sounds a little bit like that. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's Jim Carrey's first TV role in like 20 years or something like that.
It's Jim Carrey's first role in since forever. He's not been doing much, has he?
No. Well, he has.
Did you watch the coffee...
Oh, no, fuck that. I'm not watching that.
You should watch the episode with Jim Carrey. Because it might explain why we haven't seen him for a while.
All right.
He's a bit mental.
Oh, I got that.
No, you don't. You've got no idea.
Oh.
He is out there.
Right.
He's so far out there, I don't really have...
So your analogy just completely went to shit there.
I was going to say, like, NASA's looking for him, but why would NASA be looking for him? Is NASA still a thing?
NASA is still a thing.
It's just not as good as it used to be. Think we'll ever go back to the moon? Think we'll ever go to the moon?
What? Fuck off.
It's a bit late in the day for that kind of talk.
We are watching Kidding.
Yes, I do want to give that a go.
The next episode.
Because I keep seeing things about it, and you know what? If Jim Carrey's back, I'm happy, because we need some Jim Carrey in our lives.
We do.
We do?
We do. Now, before we move on to our top 5.
Oh, real talk.
No, not really. But as I said before...
Okay.
The next episode that we do will be our Christmas special.
It will be.
Mm-hmm. Now, last year, you got to pick the movie that we were watching when we were doing 0%ers.
It was awesome.
It was not awesome, and I still hate you.
Are you going to make me pay?
Yes.
Damn.
The movie that we are going to watch is from 1984.
Okay.
It has a 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay. That's respectable.
Mm-hmm. The movie is called The Night They Saved Christmas.
The Night They Saved Christmas. Okay.
So I watched this a lot.
Oh, God.
When I was a kid.
And you're all about Christmas.
It is a movie that I've not seen in years and years and years and years and years. I watched it a lot. I remember loving the fuck out of it.
Mhm.
It's 80s as hell.
Oh, well, it's going to win for me. I'm big 80s.
So right, here's the synopsis. Hopefully I don't get spack in my mouth. Right, okay. An oil company is exploring 2 Arctic sites for oil. I don't see what's funny about it.
What's Christmassy about this?
It's in the Arctic. There's
Oh,
snow.
sorry.
Wait.
Did they find Santa?
That's not the whole fucking synopsis, you prick.
Okay. They find Santa.
The needed blasting at the first site rocks Santa Claus's North Pole village. He realises that any blasting at the second site will destroy his home. He enlists the aid of a woman and her children to convince her husband, who works for the company, that the first site is where the oil they want is. Along the way, Santa explains all his secrets in delivering presents around the world.
John Lithgow's in it.
No. Really? Oh, Scott Grimes?
Don't know who that is.
Sure you do.
No, I don't. I'm a bit... Oh!
There you go.
From Band of Brothers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Jacqueline Smith?
No.
Art Carney? I've heard of him.
Yeah.
He plays Santa.
Of course he does.
There you go. Yeah. It's really, really 80s from what I remember. Very...
This is the one you want Ruby to watch, isn't it?
I just thought it was an idea.
Yeah,
to,
she's up for it.
For what we're doing.
She's up for it, but she might not be when I tell her what it is.
Yeah, so The Night They Saved Christmas from 1984. I watched this like a son of a bitch when I was a kid. I remember it being awesome, but I was 4 years old.
Is it going to be as good as Saving Christmas? Because that shit was the nuts.
It really wasn't.
I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Given what you did to me last year...
I know.
I hope you fucking hate this.
Given what I did to you last year, which was give you a top-class Christmas movie, I hope I love it. Kirk Cameron, you can't beat him. He must be releasing another Christmas movie, like Saving Christmas 2, Saving Harder, Christmas Harder. Oh, definitely Christmas Harder, because he's all about it.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to want the last segment of the show?
Will we do that?
Yep, because let's go for it.
Yep.
Top 5.
Yep.
Cheeky promo.
Hey everybody, this is Jason.
And Jeff.
And Blake. And we're the History of Bad Ideas podcast. And if you like hearing geeks talk about Fisto from He-Man,
or zombies, or dragons, or zombie dragons.
I was given copy to read, but it's a piece of crap. So if you just like any geek or any fun stuff, just listen.
We drop every Wednesday on iTunes, Stitcher, Tangent Bound Network, or WeBeGeeksPC.com.
Oh God, I'm out of here. And remember to wear a coat.
Top 5 10. What's this week's top 5?
So
is that our new music? I love it.
It's shit. No, don't.
Okay, come on then.
Yeah, so top 5 sequels in a movie franchise. No trilogies.
Okay.
And you go,
what happens if you forgot it's part of a trilogy and you've just looked at your notes and you're like, shit, that was a trilogy?
It's not allowed.
Okay. Good thing I got backups.
Mm-hmm.
So, am I starting, am I?
Go on then.
Right, so my number 5, because that's how this works. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I am going to go with a movie that is a sequel in a franchise. It's the 4th movie in a franchise. But to be perfectly honest, it's more just a montage of scenes from the first 3 movies with some extra scenes. Rocky 4.
Alright, never seen it.
I love Rocky 4, but I recently started rewatching them because Creed 2 is coming out. I really loved the first Creed. Creed was awesome.
I did watch Creed.
I'm dying to see Creed 2. I can't wait to see it. And obviously with the fact that Ivan Drago is back with his son, I was like, dude, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to... Good and all. I'm going to go back. And
that was more Chuktar, if anything.
I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewatch the Rocky movies. And of course I started where any natural person would start in the franchise, Rocky 4. And then when I watched Rocky 4 for the first time in a long time, I was kind of like, this movie basically recaps the first 3 movies and then has a fight with Ivan Drago. it's basically just a montage.
So it's just a previously on. It's a clip. It's a clip movie.
It's a clip movie, but it's so fucking good. I think it's the best Rocky, and now I know why, because it has all the best scenes from the previous 3 movies, and then this movie.
That's actually a thing that they brought out, a clip movie.
It's not really a clip movie. It's just that it shows a lot of the previous films.
So it's a clip movie.
Sort of. I love Rocky IV. Rocky IV is I think, the best in the franchise. I don't necessarily class the Creed movies as part of the Rocky franchise. They are part of the ongoing arc, part of the ongoing story, but the Creed movies for me, the first one definitely, it's standalone. It's a new franchise that they're doing, just with Creed. So I don't really class that. Otherwise, Creed would be the top, because it's fucking great.
Well, for me, that's the only Rocky movie that I've seen.
So for you, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I have to go through the Rocky movies, Rocky IV is the pick of the bunch, and I think there's like about 95% of the population would agree with that. Because it is great.
Is that because of Dolph Lundgren?
Dolph Lundgren is amazing. Like, it is a bit sappy and cheesy because obviously he wins, and he also on the road to winning, he gets Ivan Drago's respect because he goes the full 9. He goes like the full fucking 20 million rounds with Ivan Drago, and he thought he was just going to break him in the 4th round. So he gains his respect, and you've got fake like Stalin or fake Putin in the rafters, who stands up and gives them a standing ovation.
That's not gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. But you get that, and then you get the whole Rocky in the ring going, if I could change, he could change, we can all change. You get the whole, like, America changing the world, basically. You get that. It is a bit cheesy, but that movie is phenomenal. So yeah, that was my number 5, Rocky IV.
Okay, all right, okay. Right, my number 5. So this is another movie that I watched when I was a kid. We are in superhero territory here. This is Christopher Reeve's Superman 2.
I had a feeling that was coming.
Yeah. I was a huge fan of all of those movies.
Yeah.
Not like even the one with, was it Nuclear Man? But Superman 2 is a fucking great movie. It's a cracking movie.
Some of Marlon Brando's best work.
Exactly, yeah. And that was, talk about clip shows. Terrence Stamp as General Zod. I mean, we both loved Michael Shannon. Forgot his name there. In Man of Steel, but Terrence Stamp is great as Zod.
He's Zod.
He feels like an actual threat to Superman in the movie.
And the thing with Terrence Stamp that you don't necessarily get with Michael Shannon, Michael Shannon's great, but Terrence Stamp kind of has that sort of like that theatrical acting background, like sort of Shakespearean. So when he talks as Zod, it's almost like he's just talking like oldie world English. Like he's great.
It's like if Patrick Stewart played him.
Yes. Yeah. Aye.
I'd watch that.
You get a real actor.
Yeah.
Basically.
But Terrence Stamp is amazing as Zod.
Yeah.
Margot Kidder, bless her, is great in this one as Lois Lane.
Crazy, but we love her.
Yeah. Bless her.
I miss her. We missed that chance there.
I know.
We should have just did it.
Yeah. But she's gone home. Bitch. Anyway.
In more ways than one now.
Makes sense.
She did die, didn't she?
She did, yeah.
Okay.
But Superman 2, I mean, so it was made in the, early 80s or whatever. So I've not watched it in a long time. I do have the Blu-ray box set of the original Superman movies. I haven't watched them in ages. But, yeah, Superman 2 still got a special place for me. I know
it was a great movie.
There was a lot of, bitching and backstabbing and backstage bullshit going on with Richard Donner and everything. Yeah. By the way, the Richard Donner cut, I watched that. That is on the... you can watch either cut. And now... I might be wrong here. I think that the Richard Donner cut is basically the same as the end of the first Superman. Where I think I might be wrong, I might be completely wrong. I think Superman does the around the Earth again to reverse all the damage that the sword has done.
Right.
I think I'm wrong. I might be wrong, but I don't
think I ever watched the Donna cut.
The original one's better. Yeah, Superman 2. Christopher Reeve, man. Fucking great Superman.
Man.
But Superman 2.
He's gone too now, isn't he? Is he gone?
Christopher Reeve.
Aye.
He's been dead for years, man.
Alright, that's okay then. No, I just thought for a second that he might not be, but if he is, it's all good.
Well, I mean, he might still be in the chair, I don't know, but...
Dude.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Surely he gets buried in that chair. It's part of him.
I'm assuming it's going to be like some kind of stair lift.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine that's what they do with Hawken as well when he goes. He's not gone yet, is
He's
he?
gone as well.
Oh my god!
You are really up to the minute.
Was this all part of 2016?
No, Hawken died this year, I think.
Did he?
I think so.
Oh, but he was just in the Big Bang Theory.
Repeat.
Oh, shit. I keep forgetting they repeat those things. So, yeah. Oh, man, I've just realised something.
What's that?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, 14th of March this year.
Oh.
Stephen Hawking died.
Poor Stevie.
You're on nicknames with him.
Of course I was.
Yeah, okay.
My number 4. So, yeah, I wasn't really sure where to place this one because it is one of my lesser favourite sequels of the choices that I've got. But I'm just going to go with it. My number 4 is The Purge 2. The Purge Anarchy. I love the Purge movies. You know that.
Yeah.
This was what I tried to do with my list was when I was going for like sequels, like I wanted sort of as good as the original movie, if not better.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think The Purge 2 is way better than the first Purge. I'm not a big fan
The
of...
first Purge, the one with Lena Headey?
Yeah, when they're in the house and it's sort of like, you know, locked in the house type movie. Like, those movies don't really do it for me. Like, I remember watching The Purge thinking, man, this would be great if it was out on the street. Like, if we could see this out in the world, what's actually going on out in the world, this would be fucking awesome. And of course, that's what they were thinking for the second movie.
Yeah.
We're going to take it to the streets. A, we're going to take it to the streets. B, Frank Grillo's going to lead the star. Like, he's going to star in the movie. He's going to be the best thing ever. He fucking was the best thing ever. Third one, bit pish. The whole Trump thing was kind of going on.
Is the third one the one with Elizabeth Mitchell?
Yes. So it was like the Purge election.
See, that's the
Yeah.
I like that one because Elizabeth Mitchell.
She is great in it. But if you're going to make a movie like The Purge, which, let's be honest, is where America's going anyway.
Yeah.
If you're going to make that movie, you don't necessarily have to make it about an election year, because we get it. You don't have to smash us over the head with your point. We already get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like, that was my thing. Like, I get what your movie's about. Stop trying to smash me over the head with it. And that's what the third movie did. Fourth movie with the first Purge, I quite enjoyed that as well.
I've not seen that yet.
But The Purge Anarchy with Frank Grillo leading the way is fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted when I heard what the Purge concept was going to be. That was what the first movie should have been. But, you know, if you've got Ethan Hawke and you've got Lena Headey, you might as well make that movie. So.
Well, Lena Headey should be.
Lena Headey is fucking great in it, by the way. But the second film, for me, is just the pick of the bunch.
Yeah.
So The Purge.
Fair enough. So, yeah, speaking of the pick of the bunch.
Ooh.
This, I'm going Star Trek.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, I am not going Wrath of Khan because it's too fucking obvious.
Didn't think you would.
Nope.
Can I guess? Can I have a go?
Go on then.
Oh, shit, what was it called? First Contact.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say Enterprise. For some strange reason, all that was coming to my head was Enterprise, and I'm like, nope. First Contact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, First Contact is up there in the, you know, the probably top 2 or 3 of the Star Trek movies for me. It's a cracking movie. It's a great adventure. It's got a good bad guy. It looks amazing. The Enterprise looks amazing in it.
I'm with you on that. First, I would actually say, yeah. It's in my top 3.
Yeah.
Khan, I think, beats it.
Well, I mean, it's Wrath of Khan. That's never ever going to be topped ever.
Yeah.
But First Contact is the best of the Next Generation movies, without a shadow of a doubt. It's better than the majority of the original cast movies. Obviously, Wrath of Khan, maybe slightly topped by the Undiscovered Country, because I think that's really, really, really overlooked.
Is that the one with the whales?
No,
that's the Voyage Home, isn't it?
Yeah, Undiscovered Country is
fucking
when
sucked.
Kirk and Bones are framed for murder.
Yes, with Worf.
Yeah, by Worf. Well, it could be Worf Dad, surely.
Was it not Worf? I always thought it was Worf.
Michael. Is it Michael?
It's Michael Dawn.
Is it Michael Dawn?
It's definitely Michael Dawn.
But yeah, First Contact. It's great.
No, I'm 100,000,000% with you there. There's only really 2 movies in the whole of all the franchise that I know you're saying you like Undiscovered Country, but if we're gonna count the JJ movies as well, which I'm assuming we are, yeah, I think for me, funnily enough, it would be Wrath of Khan, then Into Darkness, and then Enterprise. I was gonna say it again. This is my Hilary Swank moment. Yeah,
it's not as bad as Hilary Swank.
It's not.
It's really
like
not.
They don't look alike at all.
They do.
Both look like lesbians, though.
Yeah, you need to stop saying that.
Hashtag
right now.
Hashtag me too. I'm all about it. I'm trying to help my sister, folks. I'm not. So yeah, will we go on to my number 3?
Please do.
My number 3 is probably the newest of my group. Yeah. Love the first one. Second one I think is infinitely better, which you don't often get. It's The Conjuring 2.
That is also my number 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I like when that happens. I love The Conjuring. I do love The Conjuring. It's a great film. But the second one, I've said it so often, we both kind of agree, it's not just a great horror movie, it's just a fantastic
It's a great movie in general,
like,
yeah.
The way it's put together, the cinematography, everything about that second movie is just incredible. It takes like the horror genre, it takes that whole horror genre and like just elevates it to another level. And it's understandable why when they said James Wan was going to be making the Aquaman movie, like my first thing was, what, the guy that makes the Conjuring movies, like, the fuck? Like, he makes horrors. But when you really look at that second movie, it's understandable why anybody would cast him to do anything. Because he's just phenomenal. He gets it. He's an amazing director. It's such a good eye. But yeah, Conjuring 2 is just fucking phenomenal.
It is. Yep.
Let's disregard the Annabelle movies. Let's fuck
Annabelle Creation is okay.
Is it okay?
It's okay. The first Annabelle movie didn't do it for me.
No.
Annabelle Creation is okay. The Nun is decent. It's
still not watched The Nun. Yeah.
I enjoyed The Nun.
Still, I'm gonna give that a go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that a go.
But apparently, so we're getting Annabelle 3. The Warrens are back for Annabelle 3.
I do like anything about the Warrens. They are a good
because
kinda...
I think it's about while Annabelle is in their museum thing.
Ooh.
So I think it's going to involve them more rather than a flashback. I think. And then that's apparently going to lead into The Conjuring 3.
So Patrick Wilson coming back?
And Vera.
Excellent.
Yep. Farmigan?
I'm okay with that. Farmiga. Or Swarfiga or something. That's the thing, isn't it?
Norma Bates. Just go with Norma Bates.
Norma Bates. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Aye. Yeah.
So
good call.
What is your number 2?
My number 2. Okay, right. Well, it's Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Nice. Yeah. That was going to be on my list, but right now I've shifted it. You've made my choice easier because I was toying with three movies for my top 2, and I'm going to take that out now. 1,000,000% Die Hard with a Vengeance is fucking great. Where do you put it? Where do you put it?
It doesn't beat Die Hard to the top.
Right.
But only just.
Right.
It's very, very damn close between Die Hard with a Vengeance. I
prefer it.
You prefer it to Die Hard?
I do.
Yeah.
I love Die Hard, and like you say, it's that close. Like, you've gone the other way. For me, it's that close to the other way.
I think for me, it's the Alan Rickman factor.
Definitely. Alan Rickman's fucking awesome.
Just puts Die Hard above it. Nothing taking nothing away from Jeremy Irons.
Oh no,
Jeremy
God,
the fuck
no,
Irons.
God no.
But Alan Rickman. Yeah.
I think Alan Rickman is the deciding factor for most people. I just prefer Die Hard 3. There's something about Die Hard 3 that really just gets me. Like, I don't know if it's the Samuel L. Jackson factor, because he is great in that film.
And those two are...
They work well.
Really, really good
they
together.
Work. I mean, that's why Unbreakable's so incredible.
Yeah.
It's why, I didn't really get along with Split, but it's why Glass is going to be fantastic as well. Those two work superb together.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, even they didn't share a scene in Pulp Fiction, did they? No, they didn't. But they're just so fucking good together. They miss.
It was John Travolta. That shot.
They miss each other.
Other way around.
Seconds.
He shot John Travolta.
Yeah. But Vengeance for me is just fucking pips. Yeah, it does.
So where do you put the other two? We're not including 5 because fuck that. But Die Hard 4.0 and Die Harder.
So right, I would go 3, I would go 1, and I'd go 4, and I'd go 2. I really like number 4, and I don't know why.
I think that number 4 is underrated. I'd probably go 1, 3, 2, 4. I do still enjoy Die Harder. I like the guy who turns out to be like he's like the squad leader. He was the dad in Coming to America. Eddie Murphy's like. Shite. Hold on.
I've not watched that movie in years.
That's a revisit. I fucking love that movie. I rewatched that after I got Sky Movies put back in, and it's still funny as hell for me. Hold on a wee minute. Hold on a wee second here. So, have we done your number 2?
No.
On you go then.
So, was that your number 2, was it?
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Aye. So, my number 2, and thank God you made this just so much easier for me, because I was really
John
struggling.
Amos.
Ah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you, yeah.
He's great in Die Harder.
Yeah.
Aye.
So my number 2, pretty fucking obvious, to be honest. I love both these movies. We've mentioned it a couple of times in this episode already. I do think this one pips the first one, mostly because it's got a bit more story than the first one. But my number 2 is The Raid 2.
Yeah, I had a feeling...
I love
the Raid 2 would be on there for
I love the Raid 2. It's, like, I love the first one, but the thing I loved about the first one was that, as we mentioned earlier, like, these action movies with the kung fu and the fighting and all that, like, they've got really polished as of late, and they've got, like, very story driven. Like, they're really trying to tell massive, big, epic stories with their fights, which is great. I do like that. But the Raid came out, and it was just this, like, we need to get to the top, we need to kill this guy, and then we need to get the fuck out of here.
And it comes back to the Die Hard factor as well, is that the hero can actually be hurt.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, like, Rama does get hurt.
That bit in the first one where the sword goes through the wall, and like anyway, that still makes me.
You can't sit there and go, but yeah, like. And then the second one came along, and I kind of thought, well, how are they going to do this? Because we've had the balls to the wall action where they just try to fucking get out of the building, get up to the top, and then get out of the building. Everybody basically gets killed. And then I said, what are they going to do here? And they totally throw like this massive story into this movie about like the gangsters, about Rama's sort of like the leavings of his brother. He has this whole relationship with this guy, and it's just like, fuck. Like, they throw in this, like, this really epic, grand story, throw in a shit ton more characters, but they still have the badass action going on that just totally fucking gets you. Raid 2 is, I think it's actually better than the first one. I don't know many people who have that assumption, but I think that's because they love the first one the same way I did.
Yeah. I'd still probably pick the first one.
Yeah.
top.
And I love the brother and sister duo with the baseball bat. You know, just so many good. The kitchen scene, man. Like, I was talking to someone about The Raid the other day, and they were basically saying, I was never really into seeing that. It never really bothered me. And I was like, right, if you're not going to watch those movies, do yourself a favour, go onto YouTube, type in The Raid 2 kitchen scene, watch that scene. That's all you have to do. That's all I'm going to ask. Because that is one of my favourite fights in any movie ever.
That's a top 5.
Oh, that is a top 5. Probably number 1 for me. I'm just going to say no. It's awesome.
That's right. Next episode. Is that Christmassy? Fuck it, why not?
Christmas episode.
Oh no, we're going to do bloody movie fights again for Christmas, aren't we? So I'll put that on.
Top 5 Santa fights.
Yeah.
Right, you're number 1.
You got any honourable mentions before we do number 1s?
Well, Die Hard 3 would be an honourable mention. What else do you have? Because I do have a little bit of an extensive list. I had T2, but it was a bit obvious.
Yeah, I didn't put T2 on my list because obvious.
Yeah, I had Aliens, bit obvious.
I still prefer the first Alien.
This one was nearly going to be my number 1, but I've literally just decided that I'm going to go with that one. Fast 5.
Oh, fuck that.
You know I'm a big fan of the Fast and
yeah.
Furious. At one point, my list was going to be 5, was going to be Fast 5, 6, 4 was going to be 6, 3 was going to be 7, 2 was going to be 8, but then I didn't have anything. Because there's that many Fast and Furious movies.
Aye.
But, yeah.
I've got, The Mummy Returns.
Excellent. Whatever happened to Brendan Fraser?
I don't know.
Is he still alive?
Well, he did. I'm sure he's still alive.
Better question, is he still working?
I don't know.
We'll
tell you what I've said before. Complete tangent here. There is a show with Brendan Gleeson in it called, was it Mr. Mercer or something?
Mr. Mercedes.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Which I'd never fucking heard of before.
Yeah, it's kind of gone under the radar.
Because, I'll tell you for why. I googled it because it was when I was looking for some news, it came up on Den of Geek that it had been commissioned for season 3.
3?
Aye. And I was like, what?
Okay.
What the hell? It's Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
Why have I never heard of this before? And then I googled it, and it said it's on, so you get it through Prime Video.
Right.
So I thought, oh, happy days! I'll bloody well get that and put that on right now, and put it on my list right now, and I'll watch it this weekend or something. But Amazon do a thing where you've got your basic Amazon or your Prime Video, and then you add fucking channels to it. So the reason we've never heard of it before is that it's an additional channel that you have to add to Amazon Prime called, was it Stars something? And then there's a horror one, and it's like £5 each.
Fuck that.
A month.
Cody Box.
A fucking month.
Cody Box.
That's some bullshit.
Cody Box.
That annoyed me.
Cody Box.
Yeah. Mummy Returns.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Yeah, this one might surprise you. Addams Family Values.
Great film.
Yeah.
It is actually a great film.
And, yeah, it's one of those... I mean, the Addams Family movies are great.
Mm. Second one's actually way better than the first as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give it that. It's way better.
It very, very nearly made it to the list.
Yeah,
I remember loving it.
I wouldn't have been gutted if you had, because that is a great film. Shit, I never even thought that. That might have made my list, in fact.
This one won't interest you at all. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised there wasn't like 3 Harry Potter films on your list. I've just figured out what your number 1 is.
Have you? Mm-hmm. Because you saw my phone.
No, just Harry Potter. Yeah, I think I figured it out. Right.
Go on then.
No, we'll give it a minute.
Mm-hmm. It's the strongest of the books, story-wise.
Darkest.
Yeah, and it's a good movie.
It's almost a fucking DC movie, that one.
We've all had a drink. Yeah, so that's my honourable mentions. My number 1 is...
Return of the King.
No. Indiana Jones. That's a trilogy, Kev.
Yeah, but you could have said The Hobbit as well as part of that.
Fuck The Hobbit.
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Decent.
Yep.
Which one's that? The second one?
Third one.
Third one.
I don't like the second one.
Is that the one with Sean Connery?
Yep.
We named him Indy after the dog, or something like that. we named you after the dog Indiana, or so, I don't know.
Go with that. Aye. Yeah. Indiana
I'll
Jones.
give you. There's not much you can say about Indiana Jones. Fucking great franchise, awesome franchise. Kind of fucked up by the fourth one, but we'll let it go.
Well, you see, if they hadn't made the fourth one, I wouldn't be able to use it on my list. So
Exactly. The fourth one is actually good until it's aliens.
Now, you see, that's the thing, because we did the Revisited with Paul.
Yeah.
Not Revisited,
Yeah,
sorry, the commentary with Paul.
yeah.
And we were expecting to be bitching and moaning the
Yeah.
entire way through. And for the majority of the movie, the three of us were going, this is actually not that bad.
It was actually really shit radio or really shit podcasting because we were kind of watching the movie.
Well, that's the point of commentary.
No, but we were kind of watching it and enjoying it, and it was like we weren't really talking because we were
Yeah.
enjoying Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still need to do the room.
Oh
with
man,
Paul.
fuck
Aye.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Indiana Jones. I don't have Indiana Jones on my list often enough.
No, you don't.
No. Because the choices are always taken up by either Jaws or Gangs of
Yeah.
New York or fucking Saving Mr. Banks. So
Yeah, that is the thing. That is the thing.
there you go. So what's your number one, my friend?
My number one will come as absolutely no surprise. It's a J.J. Abrams movie, and it is Mission Impossible 3.
That very damn near made my list as well.
Just fucking
I
great.
actually thought you were going to see Infernal Affairs.
Trilogy.
Shit.
You got me.
Aye, bugger it.
That is why I asked no trilogies. Yeah, because I wanted Infernal Affairs 2.
My bad. I didn't realise it was a trilogy.
Big time. You fucked me on that one.
Sorry.
No,
yeah.
This was instantly my number one because it is my favourite Mission Impossible movie. I like the newer ones as well. I do like them, especially the latest one.
I've still never seen the latest one yet.
The latest one's just...
It's out on Blu-ray now, so
Yeah.
I was tempted to buy it. I was in Asda the other day. I was tempted to buy it.
It's bonkers fun.
Yeah.
It's bonkers fun. But the thing you got with the third one was like, JJ.
Phillips Seymour Hoffman.
Well, I will get there, but
Alright.
it's a JJ movie. He kind of resurrected what I would call a dead franchise after the second one.
The second one was horrendous.
John Woo, fucking, what were you doing? You're an amazing director.
I mean, see, the thing is, I think I said this at the time. Like, I bought the box set of them, and I remembered the second one being really, really good.
Yes.
And I rewatched it after buying the box set, and I remember just sat going, what the flying fuck is this shit?
I think the second one suffers from two things. The first one being John Woo's doves, and the second thing being that was round about the time that Tom Cruise was making a point of doing all of his own stunts on everything, and everybody was like, Tom Cruise does all his own stunts. Tom Cruise is like almost a stuntman now. He's not just an actor, you're getting a stuntman. They were flogging that like a dead horse. We can't use that anymore, by the way. But they were flogging that everywhere, like Tom Cruise does stunts, Tom Cruise. And I think that's why the second movie suffers, because they put, and it's probably why the new movies are actually so great, because back then it was like, he's an actor who also does stunts. Now he's pretty much a stuntman who also acts.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, it suffered for that. But the third movie is just amazing. I love the storyline to the third movie. I love Philip Seymour Hoffman as the villain. He's such a fucking shame he's gone, because he was one of the finest, if not like just the great he's a great actor. Everything he was in was good. Even the shit movies he was in, he was great in them. And we just don't have Philip Seymour Hoffman anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking boils me. And the closest thing we have to Philip Seymour Hoffman is Toby Jones. And I only say that because they both played Truman Capote in films. But
I suppose.
But he's not on the level. And the Hoffman, I fucking miss the guy so much when it comes to films, because he had so much left to give, like acting-wise. And it's such a shame that he's away. But that, for me, is possibly one of his best performances. He's so fucking good. The opening scene to that movie gets you straight in.
Oh yeah,
like there's not many like the opening scene of any movie is important, but there's not many opening scenes in movies that have just sucked me straight in than that one. Like, because he's monologuing like a son
Well,
bitch.
that's it. It's the monologue. It's the you're a wife. I'm going to find her and I'm going to hurt her. That's great, yeah.
And it's
That's
like a Mission Impossible movie that I can't remember offhand, but I'm assuming that's a 12 because it's Mission Impossible, big
Probably a
temple,
12, yeah.
big temple franchise. It's a 12.
Yeah,
has to have been.
I can't imagine it being much higher than that.
And the first thing you get is him telling Ethan Hunt that he's gonna destroy his life, he's gonna kill his wife, and he's gonna make him watch him do it.
And also the way the bomb goes off and their eye goes like. That's
great. It's great, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mission Impossible 3 was always number one on my list. I love that movie. For me, that's the best of that whole franchise. I love what.
I would agree with you completely. Yeah,
I love what they're
definitely
doing now, but for me, that's the pinnacle.
Yeah,
the pinnacle of that franchise. So yeah, it was never going to be anything other than that. Especially when you took Infernal Affairs off the table.
I'm sorry,
prick.
No, we'll do a top trilogies then.
Yeah,
sometime next year, February or something.
Right, man.
That's us.
I think that's 1, 2, 3.
So come back for the Christmas special jingly jungly extravaganza.
I'll not make you watch the Kirk Cameron movie again.
No, you're going to watch The Night They Saved Christmas.
I'll give it a go.
No, you'll fucking watch it.
I might just get Ruby to watch it and tell me what it's about.
You'll watch it.
Right, alright, okay, so we're going to go?
Yep.
Awesome. Yep. Because I am busting for a piss right now.
Same here.
See you next time.
Aye.